This is the Lost in Talks podcast, the most lit podcast.
In where?
We didn't even talk about this yet.
Let's go to the Cosmos for now, and we'll come back to the local shit.
Okay.
You know, because it's a good transition.
So we're the
Facts.
most lit podcast.
Most lit podcast
in the Cosmos.
Yeah.
In the Whoa. We went from Scarborough to the Cosmos?
Yeah.
Is that a problem?
That's just for this episode, and then we'll come back.
We'll come back.
This is the
We'll come back
trippy
to that.
episode.
This is the what?
I don't
What is
even
this guy talking about?
Why?
All right, you're leading, yo.
Yeah, yo, Ian's
What's
leading
up,
today.
guys? Welcome back
Ian's
to the
time to
Lost in
shine
Talks
today.
podcast, the most lit podcast in the Cosmos. This is episode 7. It's your boy Ian. We got Kevin, and we got Jamile. Our lovely host.
And we got a soundboard.
We got a
now,
little
so
soundboard, so
we'll probably make the show worse,
Yeah, this will probably ruin.
every time we're talking, someone's just gonna hit it.
Yeah.
I think
but every
maybe
fan we have is just like,
I feel like maybe one person's supposed to, maybe only one person's allowed to touch it.
yeah.
I guess that's gonna be your job.
Nah. It's whoever, if you feel it.
If you're feeling it.
Facts. Okay. So what's up, guys? We had an interesting day yesterday. Different experience, not gonna lie. What's up?
You're just really like, no, I fuck with it. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Go on.
No, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I mean, we smoke weed, right? But like this time around, we wanted to try something a little different. So I don't know if anyone has done any psychedelics before, but we kind of dove into trying some of that.
Shouts out Lost Craft.
Shouts out Lost Craft.
We need like a shout out.
That's a great beer.
Yeah, we should
Not gonna lie. We're not sponsored by Lost Craft, but it's a great beer.
Yeah. Shout out to Scarborough.
Shout out to Scarborough and the Cosmos.
Yes, Scarborough beer and the Cosmos. So anyways, we did magic mushrooms yesterday. It was a really interesting experience, not gonna lie. I mean, everything that people tell you when they do it, I think a lot of it's kind of overhyped. I mean, maybe we just didn't take a big enough dosage.
I feel like
But
we needed a bigger dosage.
I feel like we took what I guess people would call a small dosage, probably about less than 2 grams.
But I think it was good for what the day was because it was rainy. We couldn't really go anywhere after a certain point.
I think it was like the right amount for what we needed yesterday.
Yeah.
Plus, it's our first time. I mean, we could have blown our minds with like 7 grams. But
Yeah.
it might have been.
It's a pacing thing too. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to definitely try a higher dosage, but
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
the experience. First of all, it's a pretty long experience. I mean, you're feeling it for like a good 6 hours almost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So should we tell the story of what happened the night before?
I can't.
Yo, we should.
I can't.
We should, but you can't.
I can't.
Fuck, man. Now the
In
audience.
time.
Yeah.
In time, I will.
Yeah.
Damn it. The audience is now gonna want to know.
It's fine.
Okay.
You'll hear it eventually, so it's okay.
Yeah.
We'll just say this, like, in time, I'll tell this story, whether it be on this podcast or if it just comes out one day or whatever. But we bought 4. Basically, we had the mushrooms, but they came in like a chocolate. So it was like a chocolate mushroom thing. Kind of looked like a Reese's Pieces, if you will. And it had 2 grams of mushrooms in them. And we lost one. Or I did. I lost one.
One vanished,
One vanished,
and it might have been consumed.
and it was definitely consumed by somebody that I know that shouldn't be consumed.
But if you think about it, it's weird too, because I was thinking, like, even just this morning, I was like, Zach was sick.
yeah,
It's kind of weird that that's how it worked out too,
yeah,
Yeah.
So it was originally supposed to be us 4, us 3 and Zach. Zach got sick, and
Oh yeah, shouts out Zach. He's not here.
Shouts
Right
out
Yeah.
to, Zach's taking a sick day. So
And,
we're running the camera by ourselves.
So he couldn't take it.
Yeah.
But it's weird that it worked out that way. Because the whole time when we were doing it, Ian's like, man, I want to take another half.
Yeah, it's true.
And
then I ended up taking the other half.
Yeah.
Which ended up making me. I swear I was on that shit for like 10 hours.
It lasted a bit longer than
Yeah, because I took one half than the other half, but like a smaller dosage. But yeah, I mean, when you take it, obviously it takes like an edible. It takes a while to kind of like sit in. Like it takes about 40 minutes to an hour.
It was like I think it was like an hour.
About an hour
It took
before
like
you
an
start feeling
hour.
it. And when you start to feel it, you kind of start. I don't know about you guys, but my body temperature started to rise, and it was kind of like started to feel like really numb, and just like I guess everything, just your vision started to become a little more focused on like just random things, things that you wouldn't be focused on. And I think for me, like colors, when you're outside, especially, like colors became a little more vibrant.
Yeah.
Like everything was a little more brighter. Like your eyes are more sensitive to light.
Yeah.
And
I think as I had time to reflect on it, I think what happened was like your senses just like take in more things, like you're seeing details in as if you were looking up close to them, and you're seeing the entire thing too, and in terms of sounds, you're hearing, like we were listening to music, the music sounded different, like you're hearing different parts of the music, like the synths were sounding different or something, like more trippy or like more nuanced or something. It was weird.
Yeah, I didn't get too much of an audio type of trip. I guess everyone.
Well, that's because I was closing my eyes a lot.
Yeah,
too,
Kevin had his eyes closed.
So you were more focused, because with your eyes closed, then you're kind of just focused on your hearing.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Yeah, I didn't close my eyes too much, but when I did, you could definitely see these weird patterns. And stuff like that. Like normally when you close your eyes, you do see like light bouncing around. I forgot what that's called, but when you're on magic mushrooms, it's kind of more see these shapes and different. It's really hard to not fractals.
Yeah,
it's not that extreme.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure if you take a lot, then you might start seeing that type of shit. But it was just, it's kind of hard to explain. Like it's really cool. It's like a little fireworks show in your eyes. If that's how I would describe it. Otherwise, I mean, you see some objects moving. I saw some little lights flashing across my eyes and stuff like that. Little things like just appearing and disappearing, kind of like it was like subtle, I guess, because we just didn't take a lot. But what do you guys? How was your experience? Similar, I guess.
My personal experience was it was pretty good. Again, I wish we took a higher dosage, but I feel like that was just the right amount to take.
Because I was thinking too, like it would have been nice to see how like the woods looked or something like that, but I think even that would have been better with. I think we had the right amount for what we had to work with. Just my backyard and like just chilling out here. So.
And it was raining yesterday too, so.
Which was sick for that time.
Yeah, the day was like it was warm or like more humid, if you will, and it started raining around like 3 or 4 o'clock, and we had taken the chocolates around, I would say like 2-ish. So when it started really pouring, that's when like all of our senses were basically a bit more heightened. Me personally, like just being out there while it was raining, like I just appreciated it. Like it was just a nice, fun experience. Except for when like when we started really getting rained on, but it wasn't like that bad. Like I almost wanted to just stand in the rain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was. Even I was doing that for a minute. Like I was just standing in the rain. It just kind of. You feel like connected.
It just felt great.
I feel like connected to
everything. Well, it was also a combination too of like my parents we're about to come home soon. Too, so
true.
We couldn't just be like standing.
We could have sat out there. I was getting.
We couldn't be sitting outside in the rain while his parents were like,
they're gonna think there's something wrong.
Are these guys good? Like,
we're just enjoying the rain.
We're just sitting in the rain, just laughing.
I would say none of us had a bad trip. I don't think, and it was a good. Not saying you couldn't have I mean, bad trips are always possible.
Yeah, bad trips
depends
are
on your mindset, and you never really know.
Mindset and your energy and whatever's going on around you.
Yeah. Have you guys ever had a bad trip on like weed or anything?
Yeah, definitely.
You have, yeah.
We can get to the bad
weed
stories.
We could. I mean, the wrap up mushrooms. Yeah, I mean, it's not a scary drug. It's. I could.
I would do it again, but again, I want to do more.
I would even up it. Yeah.
Or even straight. You know what? I might even just do the same amount, but in actual mushroom form.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just to see if there's a difference.
Yeah, just to see if there's a difference.
True, something like that.
Again, we had 2 grams. For some people, 2 grams is a lot.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or not even necessarily a lot, but it's one of those ones where it can be intense.
Yeah, everyone's different. I guess no one.
And the mushrooms are also different too, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like we should try that next time. Just we could just have like a fucking peanut butter sandwich and then put the fucking mushrooms on there. You know what I mean?
Peanut butter mushroom sandwich.
Yeah, that'd be hot.
Yeah.
But yeah, bad. Well, actually, first before I move on to the bad weed stories, for me as well. Actually, I felt like I was coming down for a bit when we were outside, and when we transitioned to inside and we are just chilling here. That's when it started coming again.
Yeah. It came in waves, sort of, and then even as it was trailing off, it was kind of like you're fine, and then you feel it a little bit.
Exactly.
Just kind of like it really settles. Like it's kind of like you're walking through water, and then it gets shallower and shallower, and then you're
exactly.
like, yeah,
true.
And like when we decided to put on Rick and Morty. which is just great to watch. It was Ian's first time watching this show, and we
true.
tossed him into like the third season's first episode, and he was
Yeah.
like, "What?"
Which is
the fuck
probably
is going
one of the
on?
most like hard to follow episodes.
Yeah.
even
Bro, it's just like
watching
infinite
it.
Ricks,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
killing,
Yeah,
they're all
it was
killing
just-
each other, and I'm
It
just
was
like,
pretty wild.
what the
Yeah.
fuck's going on? Like,
But the thing was, I noticed is like again, it was one of those things where it's coming in waves. So if I started watching the show, if I just stayed focused on it,
Yeah.
like Morty's shirt would be changing, or like Beth's hair
Yeah,
would
yeah.
start changing, or like just slowly moving down. Even when I was
crazy.
talking to these guys at the corner of my eyes, I could see like when Kevin, he usually sits against this wall over here that you usually see him at.
yeah,
And then he has a nail in the wall. So when I wasn't talking to him, but I was just having conversation with everybody in the room while still watching the TV. The corner of my eye, I could see like just the nail just moving down. And then when you look at it, it's fine.
whoa, I didn't get anything like
You know
that.
what I
That
mean?
was crazy.
But it was just like little stuff.
Yeah.
And then even that was happening when I was coming down the most. You know? What I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, like it was a good experience. It
Yeah.
was something. It's something that I really would want to do again. Like I just felt great. Like I
Yeah.
could feel my body.
I think the one thing we also all agreed on too was like it was so hard to care about things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Zach still came even though he was sick, but he was like just chilling there, and he started telling a story about a wedding he went to on the weekend, and like I just couldn't pay attention.
yeah, it
at
was like
all.
really hard. We're just
yeah.
like, who the fuck are
He's
these people?
throwing names, and it's like I couldn't focus on like the names or the sentences to like keep together, because it just like you're not focused on any one specific thing. You're just focused on literally everything. You know, there's times where like I know people. There are a couple times where like I could hear people talking, but I wasn't actually paying attention to the
Yeah.
words because
Yeah.
I was so like paying attention to like literally everything else. You know,
That's what was kind of happening to me
Yeah.
yesterday. So after I left you guys, because I left a little bit early just because I had plans. I went to go chill with my boy Arb. Shout out Arb. Because we had plans to hang out before, but they got canceled, so we had to move it to yesterday. So I went to go meet up with him, and I just felt like when I was there, I just felt kind of like detached.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like I felt like I was having really bad
Yeah.
conversation.
Like when I went to the door to get Zach, my mom was like by the kitchen, so she was asking me like, "Oh, is it hard to make the turkey meatballs?" Because I make them sometimes or whatever, and
Yeah.
I'm like listening to that, I'm like, "Yo, who cares about dinner?
Yeah.
What is dinner, bro? Like, who gives a
Yeah.
shit about these
Yeah.
things? You know, like
Yeah.
it's so hard to even care about that.
Yeah.
Like,
They were just talking to me too, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you just need to shape them, and she's like, and use the egg. I'm like,
Yeah.
You honestly don't.
And
give
we were
a
playing,
fuck.
we were playing fucking COD. We are playing zombies and shit, and I'm just like,
yeah,
let them kill us, man. Like,
Shit. So you were still high then.
I was, but it's just like
Shit,
I
shit.
was like on the come down.
On the
anyways.
down, yeah.
So it's just like I was just like still trying to just like come back into reality, if
Yeah.
you will. So I was just a little detached.
Yeah.
I noticed that, but then towards the end of the night, then I started feeling a bit better. Not even necessarily better, but I started feeling a bit more like myself. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But I had a blessed
yeah.
sleep though.
Yeah. Yeah. I woke up blessed. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I had a
true.
blessed
I had a
sleep.
blessed
Yeah.
sleep too.
I woke up and had the shits, and then my head started hurting. But after that,
I got a headache too. Like today, like it was like today was almost like a mild hangover.
if you will, yeah.
Like a very mild one.
Yeah,
That's
we were
how kind of
just-
what I felt today.
we were just chilling too.
Like you and I we didn't even talk today. Like, we were,
Yeah,
we were just sitting.
We
And
were just
doing
sitting
our work.
doing
Like,
our work. I was
like-
just doing some research, and Ian was working on his stuff, and
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
chill. Yeah, definitely clear your day if you're doing this.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I don't know. I mean, maybe if you do it enough, you might be able to function. But I couldn't.
Some people,
function.
yeah,
People
some people do
microdose
that.
mushrooms, right?
Yeah,
As well
people.
as
A lot of
acid?
people
Yeah.
microdose
Yeah,
mushrooms.
that's true.
We had an actor that did that before. He he microdosed.
I remember that.
mushrooms, and like even on our set, he was just gone. Like he wasn't gone. I shouldn't say gone. He
I don't
handled
think
himself.
it's. I don't
super
think it should
weird.
be. I don't think microdosing is good for those kinds of settings. I think the Silicon Valley guys are good because they're working like contained, or they're working in an environment where they're only talking about like one thing. Like acting requires too many people to actually like communicate like actual
Yeah.
things with. Whereas
I bet.
with like Silicon Valley or even like music, it's just you just need to focus on what you're doing.
Yeah.
Acting is so much response, and mushrooms are like. You don't want to talk to. You don't really want to communicate in that way, like small talk or like
I feel you.
just like regular
Yeah.
conversation with
Yeah,
people.
being an actor, you would have to communicate with what you said. Communicate
Yeah.
with everyone.
He was awkward,
Yeah.
but it was just like whatever. It was
Yeah.
also part of his role, kind of. He was supposed to be just like some
Yeah.
fucking detached.
He was like a drug dealer.
he was a drug, not addict, but he was a drug.
The
user.
character was a drug user.
Yeah.
So that goes hand in
It
hand.
kind of worked out. If you will.
So bad high stories or
Yeah, I have a few. I haven't had too many bad trips. But one of my first ones was one of the first times I smoked weed. I would say probably like my third or fourth time. That's like the first time I really got ripped. I was chilling with my boys, Derek McKenzie. I can't remember. It was one of our summers, and basically, we were at Derek's house, and we had smoked with his brothers, and then we came inside, and we watched. We were just watching music videos and stuff like that. That's when Grizzly Bear was big. And what song was that? Ready Able. Was it Ready Able? That's
With
the
the
music?
claymation, yeah.
The claymation video for Ready Able had just come out, and
That video's crazy. Man.
it's wild, man. I watched that and I was just lost. Like I remember that was the first time I was ever like just stuck in time and just stuck, and I couldn't get out of it for a while, and it kind of freaked me out. But when I got out of it, I was blessed.
Yeah.
Went back home. That's the first time my eyes were ever like just red, and then I got into my bed and I was kind of paranoid a little bit, but I knocked out. But that was like probably the first time I ever felt like bad while I was smoking weed or ever had weed. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing too crazy. It doesn't sound too
I can
bad.
get into something bad later, but I'll let you guys.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna
true.
get into the worst ones.
True,
after.
true. I've only really had one bad high. I like to think, and I was at the Vapor Lounge, the Vapor Central in Toronto.
True.
With one of my boys, and when I go there, by the way, I get the most high out of like anywhere, because like I don't know, you just you that place has like a volcano. If anyone knows what that is, it's a vaping machine, whatever you want to call it. Basically, yeah, you smoke bags and usually do a lot.
Sound right?
Usually, like the vapors in a bag.
Inhaling bags.
Inhaling bags.
It's okay.
That's what I should be saying. Basically, yeah. And when I'm there, like I'll do like a fuck ton of bags because it's just so easy. Like you use so little weed on that thing, like it's really good. Anyways, yeah. So I get so high at that place, and basically, I don't know. Like that time I just smoked a lot more than I normally do. Not to the point where you're greening out, but just like you're pretty fucking high. Like, and basically, I don't know. Like I just had a ton of anxiety going in, and I just felt like really anxious. And then one point through, there was like a part where my friend's like trying to like tell me something, and I just didn't want to listen to him at all.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yo, just shut up. Like I can't. Like I just have to
Yeah, I know
be.
what you mean.
I have to just like be like not talk to anyone right now because I can't even focus on what you're saying. And like he wanted to like play like a game. You know those iMessage games. All the like the basketball one, the 8-ball pool, whatever. He wanted to play those, and I'm like, bro, I don't want to fucking play that right now. Like, I just want to chill. I got cheese actually, because I was just like so frustrated and like just really anxious, and it was like really stuck in my head, and like it was hard to breathe, and I had to like fucking just leave and go home, and like that was it. That was kind of like the most bad high I've ever had. It was like a mini panic attack almost in a sense, and I think it was just I smoked too much, and I guess I just thought about a bunch of negative things, and it kind of just put me over the edge.
That'll do it to you.
That was pretty much it. Like, so it happens. Sometimes, I mean, yeah, sometimes I have a little bit of anxiety, smoking, or paranoia. I think a lot of people do. But most of the time I have a good high.
Yeah.
It just depends on my mindset going in, and I guess how much I smoke too. So, and what I smoke. Usually doesn't matter what I smoke. If it's indica, I'm good. Sativa, I'm good. Just that was kind of like my one bad story, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really have any stories.
No,
Just like like having too much of an edible, and like
Yeah,
I
the
just slept
edibles-
it off, and like it wasn't too bad. It was just like feeling like really like slow for a little bit, and like I think I was sleeping on the couch, and then I had to like move upstairs, and that was like really hard. You know, that was pretty much.
you're
it,
just
though.
too high.
Yeah.
Yeah, the edibles will do that to
Yeah.
you. The
Yeah.
edibles, like the one time I had a crazy edible was the first time I ever had an edible. Actually,
That was the thing too. It was like maybe like the first time I had like it was a brownie, so it was the
Same.
first time I had like because usually it's just the gummies or like even like little chocolates or whatever. I never had like an actual like big thing, you know.
First time I had an edible, I actually went to Veld. That was fun.
Yeah.
So I like ate half a cookie and then drank a bunch and went to Veld. But that was fun. I guess I didn't eat the whole cookie, so I wasn't like crazy high. But I knew what I was getting into. Like I knew if I ate this whole cookie, I'd be like
Me, I fucked
so
up.
stoned.
That was one of the first times. Yeah, that was my
Yeah.
first time again on edible, and that was my first time just like if you will, just like greening out. Like I had an edible, and that was my first time having it, so I didn't know about the full time stuff.
Yeah.
So I gave it like 2 hours, but nothing was happening. So I was like, "Fuck it, you'll send me a next one."
Exact. Yeah.
And literally,
That's the mistake people make.
Yeah.
the second I bit into the second one, the second my teeth touched it, I was gone. I woke up the next day.
Oh shit! You got that high?
Bro, I woke up the next
Don't
day.
remember?
Jeez.
I barely remember. People were telling me I was standing around laughing. I was singing what's that song with the piano and the girls on the piano in New York?
Empire State of Mind?
No.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I was like,
No,
what the
hell?
No.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah, what's that
Vanessa
shit?
Carlton.
Vanessa
Yes,
Carlton.
yes.
I was singing that song to people. I played football. I
the-
don't remember any of this.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
I woke up the next morning at 5 a.m. and I looked around me and I'm like, yo, what's popping? Like, why is everybody sleeping? I thought it was 5 p.m. But nah, it was 5 a.m.
Jeez, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was like the first time I ever I was
Jesus
just out of
Christ.
it. I was gone. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't think
What had
I've
happened?
ever like not remembered shit on.
Like even
on-
me
on-
being
or, like,
super
reading it.
drunk, I will remember something. That's
No, I mean
insane.
obviously I blacked out the drunk.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
remember.
but even then I'll
Weed, I
remember.
don't know. Yeah, maybe there's the time like when I was like I greened out basically that like I think I was watching something I don't remember what I was watching shit like that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I had another time where I was at a party. This dude, he promised us like all this stuff, and I got pissed because he didn't pull through, right? And we were all just angry, and we're like, yo, fuck it, like let's just get high, whatever. I was like, cool. And this is the high school days, so I was a bad kid. So I was like, fuck it, let's do it. So then that was like the first time I like ripped a bong, and that just sent me.
Oh, bong hits. Yeah, my
Oh,
first
that
bong
one,
hit
I
killed
was
me.
stuck in time. That one I was literally just like frozen.
Yeah.
I was frozen. I couldn't speak. I tried to talk and I couldn't speak. People were talking to me and I was like, fuck, like I'm too ripped right now. I'm freaking out. But this is all happening in my head. I'm like, the only thing I can do is just not look like a bitch right now.
Yeah.
So then I just kept it all in my head. I didn't speak to anybody. I just sat there.
Yeah.
And then my friends drove me home. I couldn't say anything to them the whole time. They asked me where I lived. I was like,
Holy
I was fucked. Like that was a really bad time for me.
damn.
That was probably like my worst one.
Bong hits are brutal. Eventually, I've gotten used like better at them, and I it's fun. Like bong hits are nice if you hit them right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
they,
said
they usually kill your throat though. But
Yeah.
yeah. I remember when I first started to smoke, I used to be like super antisocial. Now or I used to actually care what people think when I was high. Now, especially it being legal now, on top of everything else, just like now I don't give a fuck. Like I'll smoke, I'll go out, whatever. I'll go to a party, I'll go hang out with people I don't even people I don't even know. Like I've first time met, whatever. Yeah, I'm usually comfortable like high. Before when I first started, like when I was younger, yeah, I was like super like I don't want to talk to anybody when I'm high. Like
I get you.
yeah, I was just antisocial, if you
I
will.
stopped actually. So like,
Yeah.
after that time I got really bad and
Right.
people had dropped me home.
Yeah.
I stopped for like the rest of high school pretty much.
Shit.
Everybody would ask me, yo, you want to smoke this and that? I'm like, nah, I'm good. And I didn't smoke for years upon years upon years. And then people that know me, I get headaches a lot. So I have this thing called cluster headaches. But I ended up finding out that for my headaches, the only thing that really worked after having years and years of pills and all this shit was marijuana. So I ended up vaping. So now I pretty much just vape mostly.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I like vaping.
Yeah,
it's
vaping's-
super clean. It's
It's great.
yeah, but it's a nice high, and it's easy to do. And you don't use as much weed either.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, you actually
can save yourself.
you get a lot out of it for sure.
That's the one thing I do appreciate. I do appreciate that I did stop when I did.
Right.
Just because now I'm older, you know what I mean? Now I understand everything a lot more. So even just doing things like mushrooms or whatever, it all basically just like it makes sense. I'm more educated in everything now.
That's how I
And
feel too. I
approach
feel
it.
like when I was smoking, like the early times when I was smoking weed, it's just like my brain wasn't like developed or educated enough to even like really care about what was going on.
Yeah.
But
It's Tamir. Yeah, Tamir's calling.
Say word. Hey, our boy.
Where'd you get those?
Oh, it's just on YouTube.
Just tripping on DMT. You know.
Yeah, man. We were just having like mushroom and weed talks. That's why.
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, Tamir's here right now. He's just eating, so we're just letting him do his thing in the corner.
Yeah.
So you guys will see him just now.
He'll join us a little later.
But yeah, what were we saying just now? Yeah, no, I appreciate doing these things again when I'm older.
Right. Yeah.
Just because now I'm approaching it more
Exactly.
with knowledge and education
Yeah.
and a bit more experience on the matters.
Right.
I would suggest that for most people, if you are gonna do, even if you are just gonna smoke fucking weed or whatever, probably just do it when you're older, yo. Do that shit in like college.
Yeah.
Just
Like-
just there's benefits to it
Yeah.
for sure. Like just
Yeah. Plus, our brain
Yeah.
stops developing at like 25 or something.
That's
so,
true.
Like wait,
Yeah.
and then because it will fuck up your brain. Like wow,
Yeah, there's like
it
this.
will fuck up a growing
you know those
brain,
mans in
so-
high school that were just
Yeah.
like,
yeah,
they were
bro.
just too fucking high.
I feel like there's you've had those kids in your high school like 15, 16.
Yo,
They're just
at
fried.
my school we just had
Bro,
kids at the
man's-
front.
Man's like perma-fried.
we had an island. We had an island in the street, so then people just smoked there,
Yeah.
right outside the school.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Holy
Man's getting arrested out there. People
Shit.
fights going on at the front.
shit.
People getting, beat down by whoever. Those all happened at the front. But those men are just too frosty. Yo.
Like there's those kids who just smoke so much they became like loners almost. Like they're
Yeah,
just
those people are just
high.
crazy to me.
They're just high all the
But you know
time.
those
Like, they're
mans
just
are going
sitting
through
there
shit,
in
yo.
class and they're just fried. Like
Yeah,
That's the thing too. Is like
like
you should use weed when like you're already at a good place in your
Yeah.
life, or like you're ready to accept that you want to get to a good place. If you're like
Yeah.
trying to smoke to like forget things or like
You'll
cure
forget.
depression, it's
as escapism of
Yeah.
some sort. Like like we all do it. Like a lot of us will do it just to relax.
yeah, for
That's
sure.
not. That's a little different.
Yeah, I've only done that a couple times where it was just like I was just
Just a little stressed
out, or
yeah.
people were just getting on me too much.
Yeah.
So I just need to, just do my own thing. And those are the times where it's great, where you're just
Yeah.
like,
You have a
I
long
can
day
sit
at
down.
work. Like you want to go home and have a fucking joint. Like
Yeah.
that's normal.
Totally
Like that, I
normal.
see that's totally fine.
Just
and
like a glass
and
of
that's
wine.
healthy as long as it doesn't like anything else. As long as it doesn't like distract you from your goals.
Exactly.
And kind of just like it kind of takes over your life like any other type of addiction. Like then it becomes an issue. I feel.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
but most people who smoke weed like definitely can make it positive and make you even productive. For me, when I smoke, I'm not that productive. So I try to separate. If I have to get work done, I'm not smoking. I'll do it on my off time when I want to chill.
I'm the
Watch a
opposite.
movie, play video games.
Yeah.
You're the opposite.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. I could do work. I could do whatever.
You smoke to edit. Like when he edits a video,
Yeah.
like you'll smoke and that
Yeah.
will help you focus on editing.
Yeah, exactly.
For me, I kind of get lost in it and I want to do something. Like, I don't know. I just can't focus on work.
I feel like that's something I've just like
Yeah.
learned to do, because it got to a point where I was getting lazy, but I noticed, so I had to tell myself like, if you're gonna do this, since again I was using it mostly for my headaches, anyways. I use it in between editing and if I need to like de-stress, just because. But I was like, yeah, if I'm gonna use this in a way where it's productive, I need to make sure that I'm always staying productive.
Yeah.
So like that's the one thing where it's just like a change of mindset that you have to do yourself a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And just discipline yourself even while you're on the shit, just so that you can stay focused and do this. So like now, whenever when I am high in editing, for example, I make sure I have a list
Yeah.
of stuff I got to do.
That's true. Remind
That way,
yourself.
just a reminder. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I look at this list; it's always there. I'm like, okay, cool. Make sure you do this, and then maybe you can just chill out for an hour. You know what I mean? And you could do that for any type of tasks. Really, it's like just making small little goals, just so that you feel like you are completing something in a day, or you are successful and productive. But it helps in this type of instance as well. It's lit.
Yeah. For sure.
Hey, this is the Lost and Talks podcast, the most lit podcast in the cosmos.
In the cosmos.
All right, we are back with
Hit the wrong one.
Yeah.
you hit the wrong one. I was hoping you were gonna hit the right one.
Yeah, I don't know which one
Either
is
way,
what.
fuck it. Can't trust these guys, yo.
Yo.
Back, Lost and Talks podcast. We got Tamir here again. Just again, thanks for stopping by, man.
Shout out to me.
Last time it was great. We had a great conversation. Hopefully we could do it again.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Ian's time.
It's Ian's
What's
time.
up?
Again,
Alright.
this is a Ian focused podcast today.
Apparently, I
he's
don't know.
leading us.
Okay. So, anyways, yeah. Next topic. It's kind of I was watching. You guys know Everyday Struggle.
Yeah.
They were talking about this topic, and I think I'd like to bring it up. It's the kind of like they were talking about longevity with artists nowadays, and like a lot of artists are not in it for the longevity, and kind of like a lot of them were saying that a lot of artists in hip hop and like most genres now, they're kind of just doing it for a quick bag and not to like actually have a long sustainable career, which I thought was interesting because I would always think that having a long sustainable career was more valuable than just grabbing a quick bag, having like one or two hits. And now I feel like they were talking about how like the industry is now breeding more one-hit wonders, and these one-hit wonders are just staying one-hit wonders. So you have like the Designers, or who else was a one-hit wonder? The Fetty Wap, I guess, was kind of like a one-hit wonder. He had a couple hits,
had
one,
his
two,
little
three
time.
hits. You know what I mean? Like, but it was just like a short lifespan. You know what I mean? Like, and I guess now like Lil Nas X, I mean, you don't know where he's gonna go. It's too soon to really say. I mean, he's had 2 big hits. Is he gonna have a longer career? We don't know. I mean, we heard he's taking a break from music or whatever.
Allegedly. Yeah.
Allegedly, I don't know why.
I can
When-
understand.
Huh?
I can understand. For a kid,
You can understand?
yeah, for a kid
Yeah.
to like get so much limelight so fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just be running through shows after show after show. Like,
Right.
Probably want to just chill for a little second.
Fact. I mean, when you make that much money that quick, you're like, okay, I can kind of chill for a bit. But unfortunately, I feel like in music, if you chill too long, you kind of just fall off. And sometimes if you only have a couple hits that people remember you by, it's kind of hard to get back up. Do you think?
Do you feel like all of these people care?
Like the fans, or
The artists.
do the artists care?
Yeah, is
to
that what
stay?
like, is that what you're trying to say as well? Because that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, I feel like with some artists, they don't
Yeah.
probably give a fuck. Because just like
Okay.
a lot of the time when your shit pops off, it's an accident.
Yeah.
You know what
True.
I mean?
True. You just put a song on SoundCloud and
You know what
it
I
just
mean?
blows up, and then you're like, oh shit, now I'm
Exactly.
famous.
So does it mean that they need to actually be searching for some type of longevity? If they didn't, I'm not saying they didn't want to be here, but
Okay.
like if they didn't really plan on being here for too long, you know what I mean?
It's kind of weird, I guess. But that means they're not really in it for music then. If they just want to make a couple songs and like
But
leave.
who's really here for the music?
You would hope like artists want to do it for the art though, right? Like, why do you make music?
Well, I think there's a difference, between like the pop music industry, which is like dominated by like hip hop and stuff
Right,
now.
right.
Yeah, I don't know if those guys care as much about long-term artists having a long-term artist career. I don't think they even understand if they can think about like where they want to be artistically in 40, 50 years or something like that,
Yeah, I mean, even 40 years, like a fuck ton, like 20, like 10 years. I think 10 years is a good stretch.
Yeah.
And like most of these guys are 6 months,
6 months a year. or
Yeah,
something
like 6
that.
months seems to be the lifespan. They're like porn stars. It's like 6 months.
Jeez, we're getting back to the porn talk.
Yo, no, we're not. I just
Sure.
wanted to compare it because they have short lifespans too in their industry.
Yeah.
So I find it, and is it like because of the way we consume music? Because just kind of like streaming new
That's
songs.
what I was gonna say.
Okay.
I think it's more just because the way we are consuming music now.
Okay.
Again,
Yeah.
there's new tracks every week coming out, new tracks every day popping off. Your friends dropping tracks. The people that you fuck with are dropping tracks. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like now, I just
And even then, like people are always just trying to look for new stuff too,
yeah, always.
True. So I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
always
Even
wanted
think
new
about
music.
like Vince Carter getting criticized for, I can't remember who it was, but he got criticized for like, taking somebody's spot or something.
Yeah.
Somebody called him out. I think it was Arenas.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, sure, but I mean, it's that's what part of it too. That's kind of how we consume art. We don't want to be listening to these older people all the time. We want to keep moving forward. Even that's like, I don't want to listen to 50 Cent or something.
Yeah.
No, not like all the time. Yeah, I know. You eventually
Yeah.
want to.
I was bumping him the other day.
Yeah,
I
like,
mean,
oh,
That's
yeah,
because I
yeah.
have my little
Yeah, exactly.
mood.
Yeah, but like, he's like an example of an artist where you're still listening to his music. Like, are there a handful of artists that are out now that you see listening to
Yeah, that's
10
a good
years
point,
from
too.
now?
Yeah.
Or
Do I
whatever.
see any?
Like, yeah, like
That's a good
I mean,
question.
there's a few. Like, I'm sure there's a few.
Mm-hmm.
Like, like I don't know who. I can't think of any off the top of my head right now. But
if you want, you can
like,
call. You can say,
yeah.
man, I see a man like Daniel Caesar's gonna be here for a while.
sure.
He's been around, but it's just like to the public, he's
Yeah.
still kind of new for the last
Yeah, he is
2
pretty
3
new.
years,
Yeah.
something like that.
yeah,
Who else?
It's also the focus of the music, because like
Okay.
sometimes people, like even like me as an artist, sometimes I'll play around and just make a song to encapsulate a moment.
Yeah.
And like you'll see
Yeah.
like a lot of the songs that I'll hear, let's say like turn up in the club, like half the time they're always that new thing, but it's like those are those songs that really just kind of they capture specific moments, whereas those artists who spend that time to really cook up that like forever kind of music. Like,
Yeah.
like I don't know, for me as just a fan and an onlooker, like I got appreciation for kind of both sides.
Yeah.
exactly.
Like I'm down for the thuggers. Like if it's just like a one-off, it's like okay, cool. And if I'm gonna get a Danny the next day, it's like all right, cool. Like it's a cool thing to see. However, I can understand like some of the critique regarding like maybe like the overly watered downness when like everybody, not everybody, but you get so many young guys who can see hip hop or just see hip hop as a lick, and they're just like, yo, I can get in here and make a quick buck. So
Yeah.
even tutus, my little bros, like they'll watch stuff on they're avid YouTubers, and they watch a lot of like kid centric YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
And I noticed a lot. My bro, he was listening to this thing the other day, and it's this song from these guys who are like they're super popular on YouTube. They're making crazy amount of fucking bags on YouTube.
Yeah.
But like I guess they also noted where trap music, like how like you see all these YouTubers making diss songs and everything. They're all just hopping on the trap beat and just saying trash. You know what I mean? So
stupid.
Yeah.
I think they kind of took note of like, yo, like we already have fans and people don't really care about what's in the songs.
Yeah.
We can just make anything.
Yeah, that
These
makes
guys
sense.
put up a song, man. It has over 103 million views.
Yeah.
And there's nothing in it. Like
Exactly.
literally nothing in the song. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
I think
holy shit,
I think the music game is more of a lick like these days. It's like if you can get that hot record,
Yeah.
cool. Like
Yeah.
I get it though. You know what I mean?
that's business.
It's business.
always
Like
been that.
it's
It is,
business. It's like cool. I can get a quick.
And I think
bag
it's different
forever.
I think
too.
it's different for us too, because we know the distinction between the music industry and like art, like people who are like doing art for art's sake or whatever. So,
Yeah.
but when just a general consumer thinks about music, they just think about pop music and the charts and like the music industry. Obviously, they know that there's artists who are like timeless and all that stuff, but like we know what we're working with, right? So it's a little hard to there is that divide, and it's hard to talk about both of them because they kind of cater to different things, different audiences, right? I don't think the general public even cares that much about they wanting an artist to live with them from when they were 10 years old till making
No.
music with them for 40
There's
years.
very
something
few
like
artists that
you know?
are gonna stay with you.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's the thing too. Is like after
Yeah.
a certain point, they're not going to speak
Only
to you in
very
the same
specific
way.
types of artists
Yeah.
that speak to you differently. I
Yeah.
think. Well, you will stay with.
Yeah.
And not just jump on a new sound or new track.
I feel like a lot of people are just trying to. If it's not about the artistry for them, it's more about just trying to capture a moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or just trying to take advantage of an opportunity that they have right now. You know
That's
what I mean?
fine.
And again,
Yeah.
I can't hate on that. You know what I mean? It's like,
I'm not gonna
get your
hate on
bag,
it.
yo.
I think they could. I think there's better options. I mean, like, why wouldn't you want to try and like make your career longer? You're gonna have more opportunity to grab more bags in your life. Like, I feel like I don't know, like, how tough is it out there to be a one hit wonder and not make any money after your record's kind of not relevant?
To be
I mean,
honest, man,
like-
like nowadays, you see people like
Yeah.
stretching it, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Really?
Even if they
Okay.
You get a hit,
even
your
if they
money's
get-
forever.
I get there's other ways
get
of
out of
making
music,
money. You
yeah.
can pull up to
host
clubs.
on a TV show
pull
now.
up the-
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I get it.
especially with like, sponsorships and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yo,
Yeah.
hold my teeth whitener for 20 grabs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Why
I
not?
definitely
Like-
get that the music itself is not almost the number one income anymore for a lot of these artists.
Yeah, then
anyways.
that as well. Yeah. That's
So
a key
if you've
part.
already had the fame off the one song, you can capitalize on other
Yep.
things and
Yeah.
other business deals.
I would say that
For
would be the
sure.
thing is like the one hit wonders. The problem is, not being able to sustain their money. It's like if you come into this thing that, like not a lot of people are going to get, like make sure that if it's not music that you think you want to keep doing, make
Capitalize,
sure.
like,
yeah, exactly.
invest
yeah.
or
You're gonna have to
Whatever.
capitalize on something else, and some of them don't know how to
Yeah.
capitalize on anything else, and then they're kind of screwed. So it depends. Like,
Because at that point, it basically becomes like, imagine you just win the lottery And it's like now you have the chance to do anything you want. You know, people say, you know,
That's
money
true.
doesn't buy happiness, but you can set yourself up in a position where it's like, okay, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. So you got to think about it like that, you know. If it's not music, then it's got to be something, you know. The one you hear the people who are one hit wonders and they're struggling, that's when you're like, man, like you had the world, you know.
Yeah.
Those probably
And I
people
get
that
it
bad with
because
their money.
you know it can't be, yeah, and you know you
Yeah.
sometimes you don't have the right people around you. Sometimes
Yeah, those
you
are
know.
artists that have drug addictions
Yeah.
and they
It
lose all their
though.
money
You're
or some
lit, you're
shit.
fucking bitches,
Yeah.
you're doing
Even
drugs,
shit like
hanging out with all the cool people.
It could even be just like investments fall through or whatever
Yeah, or
too. You
even
know,
that,
like
yeah.
Could be that.
whatever.
bad business deals,
Yeah.
bad management.
Yeah.
People are
it's-
robbing
you
you.
know how many, like,
People dead ass
trashy
robbing
bit-
you.
Yeah.
it's funny
Soldier
'cause
Boy.
That's what I heard about Fetty.
People
I remember like 50
Yeah.
was saying, I think there was a photo of like 50 and Fetty just on IG, and so like one of the commenters was like, yo, like what happened to that guy? And he was saying it on 50's page.
Yeah.
And then 50 just like, yo, just bad deal. You know, sometimes a bad deal just it disheartens you.
Right.
And it's like you don't want to come through and keep
Yeah.
making music when your deal is so trash. You're like,
Yeah.
honestly, fuck it. Like I'm not making any more music. Like
That's the thing too, especially with hip hop, like those contracts that these one hit wonder type people get into, where you know, like they want to get these major labels are, you know, jumping after
hungry,
them.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then they just don't care when they basically kill their careers.
I
you
mean,
know?
what's funny is we talk about these artists grabbing a quick bag. I mean, the labels are grabbing a quick bag too.
They're grabbing the biggest bag too.
Yeah, exactly.
Quick bag off that one hit wonder.
But you gotta
that
remember,
Old Town
labels-
Road bag. Like
Like the labels don't care as well.
Yeah.
Like again,
No.
you're just creating for them.
They
You die. Like again, they're still making money off
they,
it. you
they,
know
they're
what I
gonna
mean?
know someone else is gonna come in the next 6 months.
I will say though, with the Fetty situation, he
So.
kind of fucked himself. Too. Like
From what I
he was out here having too many baby moms and just living life too grand.
you
know what I mean?
Grand, eh?
He had too many baby moms.
then again, I don't even know
Fuck.
I don't even know his situation.
Oh, I'm telling
Is
you,
he broke?
I wouldn't say he's broke, but the money that he makes is he's not holding on to.
Yeah.
Because it's going out
Yeah,
to
yeah.
children.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I mean, you can only do that.
And it
for
might
so
be getting
long.
to the point where he might not be making what he
Okay.
needs. He might
What
be
he's
giving back.
expecting.
Yeah.
You never. It just seems like that. Just yeah.
He tried his thing with 6ix9ine, getting on that track, and I
Yeah.
don't know.
That song went.
Yeah.
Yeah, that song went, but I
song
feel like
went.
again, what did he capitalize?
I
No.
mean, again, it's a
I know what you
6ix9ine
mean,
song
like,
at
it
the
was
end of
just
the day. So
Yeah.
You know, it was like sick.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Freddy's back, and that was
I
it.
got you.
that was it for like a couple songs. Yeah.
With the board down, with the north
Fetty Wap was cool, yeah, but I don't know, just bad choices.
Blessings
Yeah.
to him.
And
man.
I thought maybe he
Hope he's
chose.
good.
Maybe he was one of those people that chose to just like be like, all right, I'm not making music anymore. But I think he wanted it still. He just
I think Freddy wants it. Yo.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. I was gonna say a couple like there's definitely those one hit wonders that do want to continue their career, but they just can't make another hit.
And that's what I'm
And then they
saying,
fall
is
off.
Just because man's
So-
made a hit one time doesn't mean you necessarily can another. Like that's the
Yeah.
reality of the situation too. You know what I mean? Like
Luck
music's
is a weird
changing.
thing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And it's hard to build a fan base. I think we talked about this before. It's hard to build a fan base. Like if you just known off this one hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like rather you didn't have this cult following almost like growing with you. If you just like became international success off one hit, then that's you set the bar at that level right away. That your next song is if your next song is not like that same song, like it's gonna be hard to
Yeah.
keep that audience. You know what I mean?
That's why 6ix9ine dropped the same song, if you will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, he the same flow,
The same
every
type of
single
thing.
time,
Six
yeah.
Same
Nine is
video,
an instance
pretty
that
much.
actually
At least the first 4 or
surprisingly did
5
it right.
releases.
And then he switched it up when he got, you know,
Yeah.
when he
was
really
like-
got the shit coming in.
6ix9ine, yeah. He basically he dropped similar sound as Gummo like
Yeah,
multiple
all the time.
times.
Same shit with the gang members. And then
There you
when he had to do that video with Nicki, it was all right. We gotta.
Yeah. Then he started to sing a little.
you
and,
gotta-
and then do
he got
Hispanic
his-
music.
yeah,
Played
his
it-
Spanish bag of
Played
it.
it smart, man.
Yeah, yo, he was doing his thing. Too
Yeah,
bad about
not
his
many
situation,
people
but
can do
whatever.
as many hits as him back to back though. That was like pretty impressive.
I think there's so many people. He was such a curveball of energy.
Yeah.
Like nobody was coming out and just like shouting.
Yeah.
Nobody was doing that.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
even I still remember like the first time hearing this guy with Trippie Redd.
Yeah.
And I just remember I kept pulling up his verse because I was like, I love his energy, man.
Yeah.
Like I want to hear.
He basically
more
created
match.
his own lane,
That's
and you
it.
didn't even know you needed
Yeah,
that. But like,
you know?
yeah.
He just didn't give a fuck what people
Yeah.
think too. Like he's just I'm gonna act ridiculous on social media.
But he knew the Soldier Boy card. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like
Yeah.
do it for the clout. and
Soldier Boy,
people
50
love-
Cent type
They
trolling.
love when
yeah.
you're on your bullshit, man. You seen Boonk. You know when Boonk Gang was doing this thing like.
Book self-destructed though. That was a different. if you know what happened to him.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
Like
I seen our complex.
Yeah.
He was talking about his whole situation. and
he's
everything. I was
been
like,
that dude has almost died like multiple times.
Yeah, but that guy is, again, he's a man
Yeah.
that was going through shit. Like,
yeah,
he's
yeah,
a man
yeah,
that
yeah.
just had demons. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Never dealt with them.
yeah.
But hey,
And then
It's
he got
an
a ton
evil
of
world we
fucking
live in.
it truly is. Yeah.
shit. We're trying to find.
We're still trying to work on it. Yeah, that was a
that is
We're trying
so
to find
fire.
the perfect time to hit
Yeah.
that. Like, you gotta find those perfect times.
Right, hit that, bro. Yeah, that was fire.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, yo, prayers out to everybody that's just going through shit. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, when it comes to this music shit, I can see. Yeah, I understand. For some people, it's a bag. Some people, it's about the artistry. But at the end of the day, it's like capitalize on whatever you're trying to do here. You know what I mean? Like, take advantage of this chance that you've been given in either situation. Whether that means making more music or not. But if you're not gonna make any more music, make sure you're buying properties or
Yeah, you're gonna
use that money so
so
that you because like again, the music bag is technically it's forever. Like you'll always get paid from it.
yeah, there's royalties and stuff.
Again, in however many years, it'll
Whatever
be a
it is.
couple of dollars. It won't be thousands and thousands of dollars. But again, you're still getting that bag forever, right?
Depends on the song though. 'Cause I heard Joe Budden was saying "Pump It Up" still gives.
Yeah,
him
he
at
still
least,
gets a good
30 bands. Like
Yeah.
a year.
Again, it depends on the song,
I'm
right?
like, Pump It Up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pump It Up gets 30K a year still.
That's
Like,
a big
I'll-
track though.
I'll pull back songs, but I probably haven't pulled back "Pump It Up" because I know what it's about. Like
I
it's a
was
good,
like-
it's a heater, but
Yeah,
like
it's
I
a
know
heater.
I know what it's about though, and probably hear it every time I play I watch Fast and Furious anyway. So
Fast and
Yeah.
Furious.
Yeah.
Don't forget, You Got Served, man. That was a big track.
True.
Yeah.
So I guess
Yeah.
all those kind of placements, anytime it gets
Yeah.
played on
there's an
TV,
NBA game or
Exactly.
something.
Imagine
NBA
it's still-
games.
Shit, yeah.
You get paid off of all that stuff. So it's just
Any
like
YouTube videos that's just randomly.
yeah,
in.
man. They find it.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
get
yeah.
flagged for whatever, and then you have to like just credit them, and
Yeah.
you're good. That's a bag right there, man. So you collect it. You collect all of that. You collect
And that's
money
just
from all
one
that.
guy. That's just one Pump It Up. I'm just thinking about all the other artists out there.
And that's what I'm trying to say.
who
Like
had their little one-off song. That's
exactly.
Just, you know, dancing
All
around.
those oldies. Think about all those old songs they always play on the radio all the
man.
fucking time.
Yeah,
The classic ones,
They're getting
right?
paid.
Yeah,
That's
like
the permanent bag, man.
yeah, they're getting tons of money
Yeah, man.
all the time. So yeah, the royalties definitely.
you know what song I always hear? That one with like the accordion, like the.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
I swear to God, if I'm like listening to the radio, I hear that once a day.
That brings me right back to like high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Every and I'm thinking about that bag that they get if they're playing that shit every day for like it's been at like 10 years now.
These
Yeah,
songs,
man.
yeah, man. Even too, you pull up in like stores and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
that randomly, their soundtracks are still from like 2000.
That's what I'm saying. You know,
Yeah.
and people are getting paid out for that. So it's like, fuck it. Like I would do that.
Yeah.
If I had a smash hit,
sync deals.
you'd
man.
probably
Yeah.
see me disappear. Right. Like I don't
Yeah.
care.
True.
If I had a smash, yeah, I'm disappearing. Like. But I'm gonna be like one of the richest in the game.
Yeah.
And people be like, how the fuck? Why is he a millionaire
But
still?
like a Sean Kingston.
You know what I mean?
I think like a lot of them, oh yo, Sean Kingston broke.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
like it's not, bro.
He's
bro.
fine.
Sean Kingston-
Like,
yeah, no, Sean Kingston's
I
well
own
off.
hotels, I own apartments, I own condos.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm like,
Akon,
what,
yeah.
Word?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
they just
I pull Akon.
jump into the real estate.
There was
game.
somebody else. I can't remember
Yeah.
who it was.
Akon got Lady Gaga and he's like, all right, yo, I'm good now. I'm
Take it,
done.
this guy he had Gaga and T-Pain
Yeah.
at their
their prime.
Even like Gaga was Gaga was definitely in her prime still.
Oh, yeah.
She was still in her prime.
For sure.
He had
Yeah.
Gaga
Yeah.
and T-Pain.
That's how he's lighting
Crazy.
Africa, yo. That's how he's. You know what I mean?
Talk
Those forever bags. He's like,
Yeah.
okay, sick. Forever. We could light Africa up forever.
He's naming towns after T-Pain and Gaga tracks and
tracks,
shit, you know? Yeah. There's little plaques like this village electricity was paid for by Poker Face, you know, like
I'm in love with a stripper avenue. Be crazy. Yo.
that's their anthem in their schools and stuff, you know.
Yeah,
Yo, that I do
Bust
that.
out a dance.
Crazy, man. And I heard Payne lost crazy bags.
Oh, really? Yeah?
Crazy. I heard he was up like 20 mil, and then as you guys are saying, like just on like bad investments.
Damn.
I heard he went from 20 to 0.
That sucks.
Shit.
Could you imagine losing 20 mil?
What do you do?
Yeah.
And you got to find a way back up because you already got all this. You
Then you gotta start
singing.
singing and dancing
You know what I'm
again. You know what I mean? You gotta start busting moves again, yo.
Yeah.
Because
Because there's a difference between like losing $5,000 and like, you know, whatever, but knowing what 20 mil is and then losing that.
It's funny because these NBA players be passing up on
It's
that.
an evil world we live in.
Facts.
Guys are just like, oh yeah, no, I won't take that extension. Yeah, and I'm gonna stay here and I'm just gonna go over there a little less, but I'm gonna play with the guy I want to play with.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you're turning down 20 mil. Alrighty.
That's what I'm saying. Whenever those ball players are taking those big deals and just staying on whatever teams, I'm like, oh, makes complete sense.
I was thinking
to me.
about that the other day. LeBron in his prime was making 14 mil on the Heat. He was dropping 30 a game, 38-8 or something, and he was making 14. He was making the same as Wade and Bosch, basically. I think because all of them they took pay cuts
Which makes sense
to make
again.
that team work.
Yeah.
Again, there was an end goal in mind.
Sure, yeah,
Yeah, they wanted a
2 rings, yeah.
Yeah.
But like the man was making 14 mil, and mans are making 50 mil. John Wall's making 50 million to sit down and
To sit down
I think
right
he's
now.
earning his degree or something this year. Like,
That's wild. Because he knows. He knows. I'm out of here.
yeah,
I'm out of here. Let me get something. Let me get something going outside
that's
of
facts
this.
though. Yeah,
Because he's never playing again. Let's be real.
John Wall's not, what happened?
John
there?
Wall's not playing.
Why?
Is he injured?
he's done for the season for sure.
He was
Oh.
injured,
What?
and he was gone whole last season, right? Or
Half of it, I think.
half?
Yeah.
I feel like it's been 2 years.
Yeah.
Hold
Why?
on.
Because he had the big injury before that too. I think.
Okay,
so,
that's
yeah.
what I'm thinking about.
Too
Yeah.
fast for your own good, man.
That's the problem.
That's what it was. The man was running around the
But
court.
that's those guys who have that kind of game, like
That
they
dude was
burn out.
fast, yo.
Yeah.
That's why I'm worried about De'Aaron Fox too, because
Yeah,
he
yeah,
has
yeah.
that same type of play. So
Yeah, it's weird though, because LeBron's the only guy I've seen that seemingly tapped into some weird
yeah,
infinite bag.
Yeah.
of
It's
the
energy.
richest man in ball, yo. He has
That dude's crazy.
that man's working. They have like
His
some
genetics,
futuristic
like,
he's
technology.
That dude was
and his
literally
genetics are
built for
crazy.
basketball.
Yeah,
Can't
man.
even.
But he's taking.
Can't even,
we're
yeah,
gonna
we're
cut
good.
off soon.
okay, cool.
Yeah, that dude's.
Oh, you can
he
see it.
rarely
Yeah.
gets injured. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, he's only had
one
major
major
if you will.
injury.
Yeah.
Yeah, what, last year?
Yeah.
He's gone
Let's
for
just set him
Basically,
back.
yeah.
And he's, in the last few years of his career too, which is really impressive.
Madman.
Bodman, too.
That's crazy.
If he wins this year, then he's like I think he's unquestionable, like GOAT probably.
That boy
Yeah.
still like for me. I still think he's gold, man.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's
With
already
or
no,
without
it's
it,
already at a
I'm
point
like-
where
He's
like
already-
people can
is
have
this a
their
debate
opinion
right
that
now?
he's
Yeah,
GOAT
yeah,
for
like-
sure.
This is
Yeah,
a debate right now.
yeah.
I don't want to say anything.
But it's interesting.
I know you think he's the GOAT too. Yeah,
he's-
it's
I do,
fine.
I
He's
do.
a
I
goat
think he's a
among
goat.
other
Yeah.
goats.
I think he's a GOAT. I feel like the accomplishments that he's had are like more impactful, if you will.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all I think it is.
Yeah.
Cool, yeah, Jordan's Jordan. Jordan did his fucking thing.
Yeah, we know.
But again, I just feel like LeBron's wins and stuff that he's done are just a bit more impactful. Like
I think LeBron's a little more impressive.
changing the game, if you will.
Yeah.
Like man,
But hey.
every man's impactful, you know? What I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Yeah, but
all
everybody
those
did their
guys-
thing.
yeah,
That's why no,
like,
like there shouldn't
goat
be.
talk is such a weird.
Yeah, there shouldn't be an
compliment. It's just
unquestioned. Yeah.
Like, you
Yeah,
guys
it's
are
just-
all amazing. bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, all
exactly.
mans are amazing.
I mean, they're all really good, regardless. Yeah.
And it's a team sport. Too,
Yeah,
so.
it really
You
is.
know
Yeah.
what I- yeah.
It's not just one person.
Yeah.
Even though, like, sometimes when LeBron's playing, I feel like he's doing everything, but
Off the backboard.
sometimes he's passing it to himself.
you have to. 'Cause you can't trust mans. all the
Yeah,
time.
shit. You carry.
Mans
up-
around you are just
Yeah,
trash.
sometimes you can't trust man.
You know what I
So
mean?
carry
Mans around you
carry
just
them through the
garbage.
finals.
So damn, you can't.
Yeah,
trust
then
that.
you just gotta, you have to toss it at the backboard a couple times. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't trust you, man.
Fuck this. I'm not passing it to you.
Don't fucking kill me.
That's something we would do at the beginning of an episode.
It's whenever, man. You create your own path in life.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Thanks. Thanks, Condi.
So whatever, man.
That's what I'm saying. I'm still feeling a little detached. You know what I mean? I feel like so just chilled today. The last 2 days have just been really relaxing.
Word up.
Yesterday we just chilled. We did mushrooms yesterday.
Oh
For
man.
the we did it for the first time. I think Kevin has already before.
No acid.
Oh, acid. Oh, this was your first time too.
Yeah.
Okay, six.
Acid.
Oh, you've done acid before. You didn't do shrooms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, true.
So we did shrooms yesterday.
This makes so much more sense now.
Yeah.
We're just like mad chill, yo. It
was
just chilling
fun.
today too. It was a good time. Have you ever done it or no?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I had the chocolate.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
so six.
Yeah.
Oh, sick. Okay.
That's what we had too. We had a chocolate.
Word up.
How was it for you?
Unstable.
Oh, really?
yeah, like
Not good.
not. It was it was like half and half. Yeah,
okay.
I feel like. Then again, you want to know? I feel like it was also at a time when my brain was just I was just generally unstable.
Yeah.
Like I think I can
Yeah.
appear stable, but
Yeah,
inside
yeah.
it's like
I
you know
get
you got
You're-
the whole
yeah,
battle
yeah,
going
a
on.
lot going on.
So then that shit
Yeah.
is ruthless to like
Yeah.
wake you up to everything going on inside. So I'm like, word in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm just gonna lay in my bed.
Yeah, I feel you.
But
I was super nervous doing it before doing it. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh no, like what if I have a bad trip? But like I
Yeah.
told myself like no, like I'm not. If I don't think about having a bad trip, I won't have a bad
Yeah,
trip.
exactly.
Blah, blah,
exactly.
blah. So I
Yeah.
told myself
Energy,
fuck up,
mindset, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So it
thought
goes into it.
positive. Plus, if you do it with people like you like and you trust and shit, then
Yeah.
that's better
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, no, it was good overall
Good times.
for me.
Good times.
Anyways,
good.
Yeah.
On the last podcast, we were talking about just some of our favorite projects, that personal ones that we just like, just because.
Hold up.
What was mine again? My three were, for example, I had that Justin Timberlake, Future Sex Love Sounds.
Okay. It's a project. So
What else? I had Chief Keef, Back from the Dead. I had Tame Impala, Currents, and also Radiohead and Rainbows. So those were my probably like some of my
chill music.
favorite
Yeah.
projects.
hold up.
Well, we had mixtapes and albums.
And we had
right?
mixtapes and albums.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah,
remember my
we
other
did
mixtapes right now.
mixtapes
I had
and
a Soulja
House
Boy
of
mixtape in
Balloons
there.
and yeah.
And you had House Balloons as
Yeah.
well, yeah. Yeah. So what were like some of yours, even just growing up, getting into music and stuff like that? Some of your favorite projects, even now to this day, that you probably put on.
Buju Banton till Shiloh.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like a given for
Sick.
me. Yeah. I think it's a Wilhelm Scream.
Yeah, James
by
Blake.
James Blake.
James Blake.
Yeah, like I think I found that in like 12, and that shit just changed me. I was like, man.
Yeah, I had the
what
same
hell
thing with
is
that song
this?
too. Yeah.
Like, So Far Gone.
Yeah.
That was a big thing for me. Section 80.
Yeah.
Overly
That's a big one.
dedicated too. I feel like a couple of Kenny projects have been like
Yeah.
those are really
I feel
Yeah.
you.
giving me some bops.
Nice.
Yeah, there's so much music, man. So much good music, man.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hard to pick.
Yeah, it was hard.
Like
to pick.
just three. We did.
we were trying to
three.
just come off
Oh, you
top.
guys doing 3?
Off
Oh, shit.
top.
Oh,
No, no, we were letting you do your
Oh
thing.
no,
Don't
do
worry.
it. Name whatever the fuck you like. Yeah. We did. We were in the last episode. We were like 3, but
Yeah.
Word up.
it was. I could probably name 3 more. Like
Exactly.
it was just like.
I
Whatever.
wanted to name 808s and Heartbreaks,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Graduation.
Graduation.
Yeah,
shit
graduation
like that.
was one of mine. Yeah.
Brandy, Full Moon.
You know,
Yeah.
Like,
There's a lot.
there's
yeah.
bare albums
Some-
out there.
yeah,
that are
man.
just crazy.
I'm appreciative. These guys really put the work in.
Is
and-
anything super new? Because we've all named shit that's probably kind of like
I don't
a
think
little,
I've-
a little bit.
I don't think I've settled into an album like since like 2015. Probably.
That's what I'm
That's
saying. So
actually super fast.
Yeah.
yeah,
Really,
is that
like,
kind of
lived
like
it.
a
Blonde.
bad-
Blonde was probably the last
Blonde?
one. I think.
Blonde.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say honestly, one of my favorite albums this year is that Lil Keed one, that Lil Keed project.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Sick.
Long Live Mexico. That one was sick to me, just because it was just like hearing the dudes that are coming right after Young Thug. You know what I mean? These are the people he's taking under his wing. So just hearing some new sounds, if you will, from the sounds that he's already created
Yeah.
was pretty good. That's probably one of my favorite projects this year. That's one of those ones I bump all the time, top to bottom.
Yeah.
But it hasn't been a while. I say that before that, the last project that I really liked was Currents.
Sure. For me, it was like Beauty Behind the Madness. Damn was fucking lit. I
Yeah?
like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm a drunk Thundercat. That's
Yeah.
actually the last thing I lived with,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like I didn't let it go. I was like, I'm not listening to nothing else. I'm leaving this on replay. And I was just vibes, man, because he's such a quirky, weird guy.
Yeah.
He just made it sound.
Yeah, his
like-
music is just completely. It sits in its
Yeah.
own thing. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, like recent stuff. I don't know. Just, I mean, I guess it goes back to our conversation about albums
Right.
and stuff.
Yeah.
we always have this conversation. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I guess we fuck with the older stuff a little
Is
more.
music not the same anymore?
I guess it takes. maybe it takes longer for the albums to grow on us, or nah. I don't know.
I'd even ask for like for the music like creators here.
Yeah.
How do you feel like listening to music has changed since you started making music? Like,
Right.
do you feel like you've had that? Because I know what personally, like when I was just a fan and I wasn't making music, I felt like I had so much more time to just like soak up stuff.
Oh, yeah,
or
absolutely.
Just look
Yeah,
up
yeah,
new
yeah.
stuff and like just enjoy it instead of now it's like I feel like I always gotta work on my own thing. So
Yeah.
it's like I can sit with your thing for a little bit and then I gotta go right back.
Yeah.
But
It's always it's no matter how much you love something now, it's like, okay, I gotta go do my own thing
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Before it was just like you could love something, you could listen to it every day for a
Yeah.
month and there was no responsibility. But there's always that feeling of that album that you love. There's that jealousy there where it's like, all right, now I gotta go make something decide now too. Yeah. I've definitely gotten a lot more judgmental with everything I listen to for sure. Like I'm a lot more picky.
Yeah.
I think that's part of it too, is just I think there's a lot of albums that have come out in the past couple years or whatever where I've listened to it and I'm like, I feel like if I was in high school or if I was a little younger, this would have been like an album that I would put it like on a lot. But now like I don't have the attention, time.
Yeah.
Like also as the more you delve into your own stuff, your tastes change and like you're a lot more selective of what you're letting in, right?
For real.
Because it's like it's weird. Like before you could kind of like just put on anything, but now I think as creatives, there's a lot of attention into what we consume.
Of course.
And it's not like we only consume this shit that's like intellectually like if I'm putting on like a Keeping Up with the Kardashians or something or whatever, I'm still trying to analyze it and see if there's any value to this to me. So no matter what, I'm always trying to like figure out if there's something that I could take out of this, Whereas I don't know, maybe people who don't exercise their creative mind in some way, they don't look at art that way. It's just kind of they just let it,
They just
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing for us too. Like even just being filmmakers, like
Yes.
ever since I started doing this shit, now I know everything that goes into a movie.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where even like one of the main things I think about when I see a shit movie, for example, is how many people saw this? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this got premiered.
Yeah.
I know
what I mean?
that's wild. Because like in the indie film,
You know what I mean?
about that, yeah.
Like this crew, there's hundreds of people on set.
yeah. Like there's this trash movie. You had a team of writers.
There's a red
You have a
carpet.
team of writers.
Red carpet.
They-
There's a red carpet.
Hollywood.
Press night and
The editors
Yeah.
have been sitting with this
Yeah.
for months.
I'm dead, bro. Like you
know what I
changed
mean?
everything for me.
That's
Yeah,
what
it's
that's what it
like-
is. though.
Even me
This
working
this
on
shit
set
has
and
been
shit.
filtered
Exactly.
through like
Completely
how many
forgetting,
people?
Like the trash movies completely have teams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Like,
There's
Yeah.
a big team. Everyone's getting paid.
Hundreds of people. Unions sign up on it. It's filtered through big execs.
Yeah.
Deep
Taking up
with
2
deep
years of
pockets
man's life,
and,
like
Yeah, man.
you know,
like
they,
Trash.
they'll hire a team of 200 VFX artists. They're editing it.
It's crazy. Or even like me being an
I guess-
editor.
I guess it still got to you though. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
even if it's trash, it's like
Yeah, I know.
all right, like
They just cause marketing dollars.
yeah, true.
They just
But-
fucking spam it. Like you
Even
just-
even as an
can't
editor,
avoid it.
like I could see, I'll watch even for example other music videos, right? They're critiquing it. And I don't mean to.
yeah.
It just happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I just know what you did. So like,
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
your little transitions. Oh, that was
Yeah.
a crossfade. Okay.
I think it's kind of like
was a
if you want to become a magician, then you lose that
Yeah.
that wonderment.
You lose the magic.
Yeah, every magic trick you see isn't a magic trick anymore,
yeah,
right? Whereas
yeah.
like we can watch magic shows and still be like, oh wow, you start to. There's ones where you're like, okay, this guy was like in the whatever they won under stage or whatever, but like there's still like card tricks and stuff, and I don't want to learn those because there's that magic in it. But and that's also because we've already kind of. Not killed the magic, but we went behind the curtain, so
Oh,
now
yeah.
there's no turning
100%,
back on that, right? So I'd rather keep some of those things, closed because we already opened up so much. Because it's not even just music, like film. Now I'm critiquing film now too,
Yeah.
like everything.
It sucks. It sucks
It
when you,
sucks,
you know.
yeah.
You're right.
Part of it is cool, but part of it is kind of suck. Yeah, because it'll just ruin a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because you know how it was made, and
Yeah,
like all the
You know, it's a
bullshit
bliss
behind
to a
it.
degree.
yeah,
Yeah, and we become a little too critical sometimes. Why don't we just sit down and enjoy the fucking movie, not look at it from a
I know sometimes I'm not
Technical
I
aspect.
sound like a hater too.
yeah.
Yeah.
I hate it. Sorry about that. We got cut off there. We had some technical difficulties right in the middle of the conversation.
It's all good. We're here without Zach, so we're
Yeah, we're
Trying to
struggling.
we're manning the camera on
you don't
our
know
own
you need
here,
somebody
so-
until they're gone. You know.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Zach had literally no worth until now, until he realized
Yeah, exactly.
he actually had a
We're like,
purpose.
shit.
Guys, call up your girl, fam. You need her.
Yeah.
Yo.
You need her.
Yes.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Well, I don't know. I don't know where we found her at, but
All right, yeah.
I don't even think that
we
was
need to
relevant.
get the. She belongs to the streets.
I need to
That's
learn
what
how
we
to
need.
use this board.
Yeah.
We need
figure
the
that
labels or
What
something.
do you- I don't know what's what. I
Yeah.
can't remember.
shit out. Yeah. But again, losing your virginity
Right. That's
to the industry
yeah.
and realizing that it's not all it's made out to, be or seem or whatever is
Okay.
sad.
Yeah.
It's me relating back to the topic that we were talking about.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
Yeah, when you start taking in the little things as a musician, you start saying, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
I've heard those chords before. It's not a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As somebody that's in film, that was a trash movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
And again, a whole crew, people were here.
it's true. They spent millions,
Millions of
hundreds
dollars.
of people. Most people working on it don't give a fuck whether it's trash or not.
Yeah,
They're just
exactly.
trying to get a paycheck.
It's just crazy.
It's really up to the producers and the actors to really, make
Like, have
and
you guys
director,
seen Ma?
I should say.
Which one?
Have you seen Ma?
No.
That thriller with the black lady?
Yeah.
Ma. Oh, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, don't.
I've heard it. Oh, really? It's bad, eh?
Yeah, don't go watch it,
Shit.
bro.
That's like I heard that was Octavia Spencer's that's her movie. Like
I'm proud of her. Like, shout out
that's
to her.
totally
for,
her
like,
movie.
Getting in the
Yeah.
vibe to even play like a role like that. But that movie.
I think that was like her first starring role, believe it or not.
Really?
She's usually a supporting character.
Yeah.
But this was, she's like technically a main character. And I think
Is this a new movie?
Yeah, it just came
Okay.
out like maybe 2 months ago
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
something. Yeah, it was in the
It
summer.
was the one where like Octavia Spencer, she's like a weird woman who like invites high schoolers to like party with her, and then
Oh, okay. I remember that
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
she
it was
like-
like totally her
Yeah.
production from what I understand.
Oh, it's her
watching, yeah,
Yeah, like she's
watching the
exec
trailer.
producer
I
and shit.
assumed that it was gonna be bad, but then it was her, so I was like, maybe it'll be good.
Like,
yeah.
uh-huh.
But it just didn't seem like a good concept though, so I don't know.
I get the concept. It
Yeah.
could be spooky.
Yeah, realism. Horror doesn't have to be supernatural all
Yeah.
the time. Sure, yeah.
I just hate when everybody keeps throwing out, from the directors of Get Out.
I don't
Yo,
care.
Stop throwing out names like that.
Yeah.
That's what they got to do.
You could have just played some measly role in the movie.
Yeah.
And just like
It's true.
using that as leverage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
And man's love feeding the trailer with like, okay, let me jam the trailer with
Yeah, I mean,
everything that's in
that's
the
the
movie.
The thing you find about when you get into film is that the trailers are the real artists, because they can
Those
take
guys kill it.
they can take 2 hours of like it could be trash and they could turn it into like 30 seconds of like, yo, I gotta see this. Yo.
Heat, but that
That's
30
the
seconds
point
is
of the
all the
trailer.
heat.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the problem.
That's
That's
it.
the
movie,
problem.
30
Like,
seconds of heat.
I noticed horror movies, they show all the good parts in the fucking trailer, and then you're like, well, shit.
Yeah.
Then when you watch the movie, you're like, oh, well, I've already seen like, a
Yeah.
lot of this. Already seen the jump scares. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Yeah.
there's
it's
even
just-
movies where I've watched the 2-minute trailers and I feel like I watched the whole movie.
Yeah.
Have we watched? Have we
Exactly.
talked about this
Yeah.
before?
Yeah.
But yeah, like
Yeah.
like
I wish they didn't do that.
Yeah.
I think the
Take
movie.
something out.
Yeah.
I feel like I think the trailers. I like to think the trailers that show all the good parts in it are probably some of the worst movies because they really got to show those good parts to actually get people to watch it. Like the really good movies, they could be subtle about it and just show.
But
like,
isn't that the weird thing though? So like they ruin all the parts, but it still gets you to want to watch that movie, right? Because it's a really good trailer.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they took your money. Like your opinion on that it's trash does not matter,
literally does-
right?
there's no
They already
Your opinion
flat-
doesn't matter unless you spent money on it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, if you
that's
spend,
what I'm
if you already
saying.
spent, yeah, if you
Yeah,
got you
sorry.
to spend money on it, then it's like
Yeah.
that's what their job was to
Yeah,
do.
sorry.
is
So
to use
your
that
they've
video.
your
achieved
opinion
their goal.
doesn't matter the
Yeah.
second you spent money on it.
But it
Yeah.
pays. But in the long term, it kind of does.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
that
yeah,
sake,
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, okay, well, I don't want to see any more. M. Night
Especially if
Shyamalan
you were one of those
movies.
people who were like, of the first weekend you were hyped to see it, and then you say it's trash, so then that would affect the people wanting to watch it afterwards.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure DC movies always go in with a lot of hype, and then the people who watch it on the first weekend are like, yeah, don't watch
But
it.
like
and
those
then-
are people at the same time, people that are actually watching DC movies. I'm like,
Oh,
you clearly like there's something going on in your life and you don't understand that you need change. You know what I mean? You know what I mean though?
You could do
Oh
better.
my
Like there's
God.
deep rooted issues there because
Yeah,
those are the
yeah,
type of
yeah,
people that
yeah.
I'm like, why are you getting back with your ex again? You know what I mean? Like Why have you not recognized?
It's all related.
It's all
yeah.
related to me.
Yeah,
It all
yeah.
makes sense to me. Like,
Yeah.
why are you getting back with that? Like,
Nah.
That energy's.
Oh,
You know what I
because
mean?
you went
It's a
and
bad
saw Aquaman
experience.
in
Why-
so
theaters.
you.
why-
Oh, okay.
Bad
And you
experience,
guys
why
watch
going back?
Aquaman together?
Oh god.
Do you not understand
The
that?
cycle continues.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I recognize.
I've
I'm
given
like,
up on DC.
those are the people I'm just like, yeah, dude. Like, you just
Yeah.
don't recognize that you need to change something in your life. If you're still checking out DC movies, come on.
Yeah.
It's like the episode of Seinfeld when George decides to do the opposite of everything he does.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
It's like, that's what it is. Like it's not just one thing; it's the whole thing.
the whole
that
thing.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
People don't get that shit.
I've
though.
given up on DC movies. Like it's just.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies I've given
There's
up
just
on.
have you seen the Harley Quinn fucking movie?
No,
Like,
I don't want to.
It's not out yet, but like the trailer, or
I didn't watch the trailer,
poster
yeah.
or whatever.
Last DC movie I
don't
saw
even know.
was Suicide
It's just-
Squad.
It's just shit.
I never seen it, man.
Good.
I watched
Suicide
the
Squad,
Congrats.
yeah.
I watched the director's
know what? I haven't seen
edition,
it.
which was apparently supposed to have even more Joker, like 20
Oh,
minutes
really?
extra of Joker.
Yeah.
And it still didn't even feel like Joker was in that fucking movie. Like,
Yeah.
so I couldn't even imagine like what the theater cut looked like if there
Bro,
was
the
like
theater
2
cut-
seconds of fucking Joker in it or something.
That movie was
is that the one
fucking
where
garbage.
he had the grill?
Yeah,
yeah.
I was like,
Damn
why
shame.
does the Joker
And it was
have
shot
a
here,
grill?
too.
Because they're trying to take our culture. But we don't need to get into that right now.
Jeez.
Well, they're not trying to.
They are.
They've mostly infiltrated.
Yeah.
They've
See where the
mostly.
money's at.
Yeah, they see what the
They
money's
coming
at.
for it.
You know, it's cool to be black until you're black, you know? Until the cops show up and you're like, sir, I had nothing to do with this.
It's cool to be black until you're black.
God.
With the
But,
Todd Phillips Joker though. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an evil world
Yeah.
we live in.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, but the Todd Phillips Joker looks pretty good though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
But that, I mean, that's the thing. We're not talking. That's not a DC movie. We're not talking.
You know what I
about
mean?
DC.
And
Yeah.
again, that's one of those movies I could look at the trailer and I'm like, that's going to be a good movie.
Yeah.
And I'm confident.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So like, what was the Batman Returns? What was that? Was that
That's-
is that DC
That's not,
or is that like some
I don't think it's technically
a
DC.
different director?
It was Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan. he
Yeah.
was the
So it's like
director
they're
of that.
using the DC comics, but I think that might. I don't know if that's the same studio or not, but like, yeah, the
I think
DC.
I like the when they take it to like some really in-depth
Yeah.
storylines.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I think that's where I prefer their stuff.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
contrast to like their when they're trying to get their Marvel on and do the lighthearted shit.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's,
It's funny. It's like they basically created this whole superhero wave with the Dark Knight stuff. Because then Iron Man basically took over for them and then made the whole Marvel universe. But then the DC universe tried to make their own movie studio
Didn't work out.
that basically tried to replicate the formula that they created with Dark Knight, but they didn't really create Dark Knight. So that's the problem, right?
Yeah.
So then.
Oh, word,
Yeah,
word.
so then they just never had the quality that the Marvel movies were consistently coming out with after like the Avengers and stuff. And then that's just it. Like they just didn't have as much. I guess they just don't have enough money to, or just the talent. I don't know. It just isn't like I feel like they have. As
feel like
much
they have
money as-
everything.
Watch
Yeah.
Justice League. Like I seen the trailer and I'm just like,
I
I feel
watch-
like I already got it,
Exactly.
and I
Yeah.
just never watched
Yeah.
it. Like
And exactly. I didn't even know that movie came out.
I didn't watch it.
When people were talking about it, I didn't know it even came out. I was like, oh,
No idea.
Yeah.
that was out. And I found out when people were talking about it, it had come out 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and did they do? That's funny.
Like, I didn't even know.
Did they do like Batman versus Superman?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
They've
Yeah.
done that already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. In my head, I was just like,
Yo, that movie was.
but I'm just like,
But I'm not watching that.
But I was
Yeah.
like, how is this even a concept? We already know who would win.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did they even fight?
who's win?
Superman would win.
Nah.
Shit. Oh,
Oh,
shit.
Superman would crush.
Yeah.
No, no,
this
no,
guy.
no, no, no.
It's not that straightforward.
It's not that straightforward.
Unfortunately.
Really?
Batman would win.
I don't know who would win, to be
How?
honest.
This guy is. from
Batman's
whole
one of the
next-
smartest people. One of the
Man's an
richest.
alien, bro.
He's one of the richest men in the world,
He is.
and one of the smartest. Right.
I was dealing with an alien who could go faster than
Yeah.
Flash.
The thing about Batman though is he was a real nigga because he didn't trust nobody.
It's like so a real nigga could be the alien.
Of the realist,
On paper.
realist. You know what I mean? Because like I have background information. So like just give you guys an example. Justice League. You know how they have that ship in fucking space or whatever. So what was Superman's job? What was
know.
anybody else's job? How is that place being funded?
Yeah.
Batman.
Okay.
So basically, there's a story in Justice League that basically Batman has figured out a way to beat everybody on the Justice League just in case. You know what I mean? They find out about it because one of his robots goes out and they have to actually fight the fucking things that are trying to beat them, and he's able to turn it off. And they find out that it was him using it as, just backup, just in case any of them turned. They get mad at him and they fire him from the Justice League. So he just shuts the place down.
Jeez.
Simple, because that's rich. Like that's what you can
He's
do when you're
kinda
rich.
just outsmarts everyone.
You know what I mean?
Kinda
That's
just-
that's why I say Batman
Yeah.
wins. Because
Like, he could-
again, I've seen, just because I have the insider information, I've seen that
inside
he has
information on DC.
he has plans for everybody. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He doesn't trust nobody, not
On
even himself.
paper, Superman's like better.
On paper, Superman's
On paper,
better.
but when you break it
that's
down,
what I was going. I was just like,
you could say that Batman would just find kryptonite and
guy has laser beam.
But that's
kill
what I'm
him.
saying.
You know what I mean?
And that's why I don't fuck with Superman like that, because kryptonite and that's it.
can make a suit out of kryptonite or something.
And then I'm beating your ass.
we gotta find that shit. Not even on Earth.
But who's able to find it?
Batman could probably figure it out.
Yes, yeah, true.
Man has infinite money. Like,
That's all I'm trying to
We
say.
going to Mars. Bro.
Yeah, we're going to Mars. We'll be there in an hour. Like,
yeah, basically.
you know what I mean? That's my argument.
Okay.
Yeah.
As long as it makes sense to you, because it's just like, when it's like Superman, all you need is the kryptonite. So as long as I got my Cuban link kryptonite chain on, I'm fine. Like I'm not worried. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of greasy still.
Exactly. I think we might have to work on that
Green
one. Still.
Cuban link.
We might have to work on that still. I think
kinda vicious.
every man needs one. The kryptonite chain, yo. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. But anyways, back to the shit.
What we-
Batman vs Superman was trash, and I could tell from the trailer.
yeah, just DC, just fucking.
I don't know.
They
what
need
this
to get
is
some
doing.
new writers. They need to figure out their shit.
I'm not even lie. I don't
It's
even fuck
really
with
sad.
Marvel that much. Mainly just because, like, even like your comment that you're making, where it's like more comedy, and stuff like that. Like, man's forget. The universe is in jeopardy, and I'm like, we're laughing too much right now. Like,
Yeah.
this is kind of a serious moment, and
It's
these guys
true,
are
it's true.
busting
That's
busting jokes back and
it's always
forth.
been Marvel's thing. To be comedy.
I get it, but there's also like the last couple movies.
It
It's
is.
just like, yo, this is pretty serious
They are
stuff.
PG movies.
Punchline.
You know
But
what
I think it's
mean?
also like the fact that these guys have, it's like a part of the psychology. Like they've dealt with these universe situations so many times where it's like
Yeah.
it's not that serious to them anymore. Maybe.
maybe,
Yeah.
maybe.
And
I
also,
guess.
like, I wouldn't want to watch a movie that's just completely depressing the entire time.
but I don't even mean necessarily
Yeah.
Like
depressing.
even like watching the last Harry Potter, like you know what I mean. Like that shit's
Yeah.
like it's like too sad after a certain point. You know what I mean?
You're like,
That's the
fuck,
problem
yeah.
with DC. People don't like how dark it is. Like it's too dark. Even though I think the DC world has always been a little more darker.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a bit.
It is a little more darker.
Yeah.
Right. But I think there's a way of executing it. And Christopher Nolan is an example of his trilogy executed it properly. But we're talking Christopher Nolan.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
like one of the
Nolan's
best
he's
directors
one of the
alive.
best directors out.
So he can take any concept and
He's
make
the
it
man.
great.
That, you seen Interstellar?
You know what I mean? And he's the writer of it.
I've been wanting to see it. Like,
Bruh.
it slips my mind.
Bro, we
I
could
heard
talk
that's
about
crazy.
Interstellar on a whole podcast. Like
Bro,
that shit
Interstellar is
crazy.
beautiful. Saw that shit.
I
With,
heard that one's amazing.
saw it with Kevin. We saw it in IMAX.
Oh man.
Jeez, man.
It's crazy.
We left that theater speechless.
For
Like,
real. I could imagine.
We didn't
And
talk.
It's long too,
how long? Yeah, it's a pretty long.
Yeah, it's like
movie.
240.
Almost 3 hours.
But it's
Yeah.
worth it, yo.
It
It's
is
one of
really
those
well.
things where it's like, if you just appreciate a good movie, it's one of those.
At the end of
ones.
the, it's a good human story at the end of the day, but then like the way, just it's actually very realistic and it's scientific. Like all the science behind that.
the
film,
science in it was all real.
He really
so-
did his research when they wrote
Yeah.
it. Him and his brother. Nolan writes with his brother a lot.
Okay.
Most of his movies, or pretty much all of them. But yeah, it's really good. McConaughey did a really great job.
Yeah, that was like one of his. That was like his second role where he just killed it.
Yeah, that was his good. That was his like his prime run of movies.
He also did fucking Inception.
Oh yeah, Inception slap.
You know.
Yeah.
I like
And it's almost like that too. So you have like the layers of this story where it's like time is involved and blah 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 blah
Okay,
blah.
yeah. So he's been just cranking.
He's
out.
been out here, yeah. He's been out here with the heaters, you know. He's always coming with a nasty idea, nasty hit.
Yeah, yeah. I think his last movie was the weakest one he's done.
Yeah.
Dunkirk.
I like Dunkirk.
I like Dunkirk,
Yeah, no, all his movies.
but again,
he doesn't
I
make
agree.
a trash
It
movie.
was one of those ones where it was kind of different.
But yeah, it was a little different, and I think maybe just going in, I thought it was going to be different. Normally, you're used to war movies.
I don't really like war movies that much though. Like as a genre, like it's
Yeah,
not like
me
my
neither.
favorite shit. You know,
I think
like,
they're overdone at this point.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they're making another one. You know,
Yeah.
there's another war movie coming out. I think
Yeah.
it's like about World War One though, which is a little different.
But at the same time, I'm like,
It's the
over it.
same shit but different
Yeah.
story.
What
Yeah.
do you want to see?
Huh?
What kind of story would you want to see?
Like in war? I'm kind of just done with war.
Not even in war.
just
Just
in
in
general.
movie itself.
Extreme.
Yeah, he's hitting you with the big
Yeah.
question right now.
Like what type of movie would I like
Yeah.
to see that's like hasn't been done, or like
Yeah,
in,
sure,
in hit?
yeah.
I don't even know. That's a huge question. Okay, I'll go back to you on that one.
Yeah,
I'm
no
not
worries,
sure.
no worries.
I like movies with like again. I like movies with layers to. You know
Of course, yeah.
Like where I have to think. I'm a man. I like mystery a bit. I like me some action,
Yeah,
but I like when the shit hits deep. You know what I mean? Like
of course.
I like those nice deep psycho thrillers.
Yeah, you know.
If somebody can hit me with like a psychedelic based one, I think I'd rock with.
Have
that.
you ever seen Enter the Void?
Oh, why does that sound so familiar?
Yeah,
It's
you
like
need
his
to watch
favorite
these
movie.
movies.
Maybe I have. I'm
It's one of my favorite movies. Enter the Void's crazy. Basically, I'll just give you a quick thing.
Yeah.
A man, he does DMT for the first time, so you see fractals and whatnot. And they basically do a really good job at replicating what it's like to go through these experiences and do
Okay.
the drugs. So like the first couple minutes of the movie's on the DMT, and it's like a 15-minute just trip, and you're there.
Just riding through it.
You're just riding through it with him. He ends up dying, and basically he doesn't die because of the DMT. He dies because he gets shot. Whatever reason, I'm not gonna get into it. It's not a spoiler because it happens in the first like half an hour. But basically, the whole movie is about his soul just traveling through Tokyo
Word.
and looking at the people in his life and his past.
Okay.
It's wild,
Okay.
wild ride. Check it out.
Yeah, man.
Enter the Void, folks.
I haven't seen that one yet. We should watch it then, because just sit. Has Zach seen it?
I think Zach's seen it. I think
I'm
I
the
watched
only
it
one
with
that
him.
hasn't seen it. Then, yeah, I'd like to watch that one.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah, back to that question. I think anything with like a serial killer I fuck with. So I don't know if you've seen Mindhunter, like the show. It's on Netflix.
I've heard it, but no.
It's a really good show. You should watch it if you like that kind of like.
Giving him all these recommendations. Yeah. Just watch everything.
Just watch all that shit. Watch what we're telling you to watch. But Mindhunter's good. I want another good like authentic like biopic of like a serial killer. I think those are always good.
The fucking what was the one on Manhunter? The Unabomber. That one's a good Netflix show too.
Unabomber. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it fiction? Like, is it scripted?
Yeah,
Is it not-
yeah, yeah. It's
is
like
it
it's a
doc?
biopic, but it's based on
Okay.
the man. It's like
Sick, yeah.
the same kind of. It's the same feel as the Mindhunter.
Unabomber is like so interesting because
Yeah.
we still don't know who that is.
No, that one we know who that one is.
Do we know
That was
who's a Unabomber?
What was his name? Ted Kaczynski or whatever.
Oh, right.
He was the
right,
one
right.
who was in the.
Who am I thinking? We
Yeah,
don't know.
Zodiac.
Yeah, Zodiac
Yeah,
killer.
yeah,
My
yeah.
bad. My bad.
Unabomber was
I
the
got
one who was
confused.
like in the cabin and like
Yeah,
sending
yeah,
people
yeah.
letters and shit.
Oh yeah, yeah, yes,
Yeah.
yes,
That's
yes,
creepy.
yes.
Yeah.
That's
With
right.
like bomb, I think he sent like bombs to like news agencies and
God
stuff like
damn.
that.
That one was crazy.
Yeah,
People are wild, dude.
yeah.
Sorry.
People are wild. Humans are crazy.
People are fucked up.
To be honest, though, I'm
Yeah.
surprised we're sane.
Yeah.
You're right.
Like I
I
think
was surprised.
playing the sane card is like.
I think that's
how come
weird.
everybody isn't like
Yeah.
losing their shit
Yeah.
all the time? Like
That's scary.
Yeah.
I'm like, man's everybody just kind of walking on the ledge, just like, yo, who's gonna break?
Yeah.
Someone could
Hey,
break.
I walk down the street sometimes. I'm like, who's gonna snap?
You know,
Someone
like,
snap. Someone might snap
Who's
right
just
now.
gonna hit somebody
Yeah.
one day? You
yo,
know?
bro, like you never like. You see some people already kind of cracking, you know.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, we put trust in all these people around us. Like they could technically do anything they want. They want to do, you
Yeah.
know? Like think about it. Like
If you let them, I'm not letting nobody
Like,
do anything.
people
to me.
driving cars and shit, like all these things.
And then every time they interview the family of these serial killers, they're just like, "Yeah, they're a quiet person. Like I didn't know,
I didn't
you
know."
know,
You know,
yeah,
how
I
do
didn't-
you- how do you really
exactly,
know?
yeah. Because think about how much time people have to themselves, where it's like you're not even,
Bruh.
yeah. And even and shit like that too. Like a lot of those ones come from deep rooted like childhood trauma and stuff like that. So obviously the parents might have not seen that shit that was happening in school or, you know, whatever the case may have been or whatever.
Like I'm fucked, and I'm like, damn, I'm sane. Like,
Exactly, yeah.
but I know I'm fucked.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But I guess maybe that's part of the realization too, is like
But imagine-
acknowledging that, you know, yeah, we're weird or, you know,
Yeah.
that shit that happened did fuck me up or something, you know. But maybe, yeah, like there's just that point where psychopaths kind of go down a different, you know, trail of thought where it's like we need to take. I just can't wrap my head around that, like ever needing to get into that place.
Take
you know?
action.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm responsible.
yeah.
I'm going outside today. I'm gonna do this.
That's crazy.
I was. Did you guys hear the what was it, like the guy that drove the van down Yonge Street? The tape came out of him talking about like the incident.
I saw it like briefly on Six
And
Buzz.
he was just literally talking about how it was just a regular day for him. He already planned. He wanted to do it.
Yeah.
He just had a big meal.
Cool.
He picked up the truck,
Sick fuck. Oh,
and then
God.
he told himself when he got down there, he's like, yeah, I think this will be a good spot. And then he just waited for the light to change, and he's like, yeah, once the light changes, I'm doing this. And he did it.
guy had-
That's surreal.
And I'm like, that's crazy.
That's
And-
surreal.
You know what I mean?
He had no guilt.
That's surreal.
Like
No.
it didn't sound like he had.
It didn't sound like he had any real guilt. He was
He's
just kind of annoyed
He's
that
a true psychopath.
he was pissed off that some girl, like I guess it was either somebody that hit him or one of the people that was trying to stop him.
Yeah.
Or he hit, sorry.
They threw the cup, right?
Yeah, they threw a cup
threw the
and
coffee
it got
cup
in the way.
of his windshield, so he
so-
couldn't hit as many people
yeah.
as he wanted to.
Yeah, exactly. And he's
So
like, that's the only part that
So the
pissed
thing
him
he's
off.
angry about is he didn't
He's playing.
hit his
playing it.
objective properly.
Yeah. And then when
That's
he
crazy.
got arrested, he just gave up. He was like, yeah, okay, cool. Like, I can accept what I did today.
So in his head,
I really don't
he's a
know.
true psychopath. In his
Yeah.
head, he did nothing wrong, right? And whatever his objective was, I know. A little backstory. He's like an incel or whatever. I don't know if you guys know what that is.
Yeah.
It's a misogynistic woman hating group.
Yeah. Well, that's the fucked up part.
That's
Is
what it
like
is.
that's for for certain serial killers, you just don't understand why certain things come together. But he literally had a community of people like supporting what he wanted to do and stuff.
There is, yeah.
I think that's tough, man. Half of these guys, like I said, don't have access to shit, or even when they're growing up. It's like, let's say you've been like rejected by somebody, but let's say you've been rejected by women based on the fact that you just weren't raised to have like the right game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, those guys take that stuff so like personally, where it's like, yo, the whole world is anti me. Every girl doesn't fuck with me. And it's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
bro,
not true at all.
that's not true. You
Yeah.
just need game. Like,
And then you find a
teach
group
it,
of
like-
other men who are like, yeah, you're
They
right.
all do the same
Yeah,
thing.
they're like, yo,
Technically,
you're
yeah,
right.
they're just
Yeah,
like-
fuck
yeah.
women. Like,
Fuck
They're just
Yeah.
losers,
Yeah.
if you will.
Yeah.
Like,
They're just
all these
losers.
niggas coming after me, but you losers. But like,
bro.
They think
You know
because
what I
they
mean?
don't look a certain way
Yeah.
or fit that stereotype typical man looking.
like
You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm ugly, so I can't get a girl, and
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hate on women.
we're
You know what
pretty,
I mean?
we're
Even
pretty
though,
good
like,
looking guys.
At the end of the day, like,
it's not that easy, you know.
I mean, yeah,
If you don't have the game, it's not that easy.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
it's not even about looks really, but yeah, like
It's a lot of times about your swag. Like,
yeah,
exactly.
Are you funny?
your confidence.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's have
You could
something.
be not that good looking and funny. I see girls, I'm like, wow, like, I'm not physically like that into you, but like, keep cracking them jokes.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah,
Damn.
just so you know, just the confidence, that you're dedicated to something. Like how we were talking about, we were watching glass blowing yesterday. We were just watching bare
Oh,
glass,
shit.
like this shitty
after-
Netflix series about
yeah.
glass blowing, and we were just watching that, and we're just like, there's a couple of them where it's like, yo, like, we weren't feeling them at first, but just the fact that they're dedicated to this thing, it's like, yeah, like you start feeling
You
it.
start fucking with them. You're like,
Yeah.
yo,
Even though no one on that show was likable at all.
Yeah,
yeah,
It's Blown Away, I think it's called on
Yeah, yeah.
Netflix.
yeah.
Interesting
I
show.
don't recommend
just
it, but
no, I wasn't going to.
I don't recommend it at all.
I saw it.
Honestly, just don't watch that show and just go on YouTube. Watch them get glass blowing in general. That shit's interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
Interesting. Have you ever seen it?
I think I
like-
just off
Yeah,
top thinking
yeah,
about
yeah.
it. I feel like I
these,
probably
Yeah.
these fucking people are
Not the
like
show, though.
curving, like, I don't even know what the
I always thought that shit was
molten
crazy.
Oh, yeah.
glass.
Yeah, man.
Like, even when I
into-
see like cups,
It's
and
so
just
cool.
certain things
Seeing,
in
yeah.
They're
general, I'm like,
shaping
yo,
it.
How the fuck?
Yeah.
did you
Because
these-
people just take it in. Like, people are just like, yeah, we have a bottle here. I have some glassware. But I'm
Like,
like,
even some,
dude,
like,
a man has to
beer
create
and,
that.
Like,
wine
that's
bo-
Ciroc bottle.
I'm
Yeah.
a sucker
Shaped
for
by
like
s-
wine and bottles and shit. Like,
Yeah.
I go to LCB, I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, these bottles are crazy,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Like,
People are making these
designs,
with their hands.
bro.
So
I'm like, holy shit.
it's crazy, man. I was telling these guys, I'm like, I feel like that's one thing I wish I like took in school, like, or just did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I wish I knew about that shit.
They
Like,
didn't have that in my school.
yeah, you know, they have it at Sheridan College though.
Go to Sheridan. They have a program.
But yeah, I'm like, that's just crazy. Like, I wish I got into that shit. And you just look like imagine, like, I feel like I would be so sick, yo. You just look like a man. Like,
Yeah.
You know how to do things.
I'm
with your hands.
crafting.
Yeah.
You know what I
You're
mean?
a
Like,
badass,
I'm
bro.
crafting this
Tell you,
thing.
man. So I'm like, after this music thing, I'm getting into construction.
Yo.
I want to build things.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
I want to know how to build a fort. You, know
You
what I'm
need
saying?
to though.
build shit. Like, I want woodwork, man. I totally want to do that.
Exactly, because you never know what's gonna happen. You know,
Yo,
so you might as well build up on those little skills.
yo,
Like,
fam.
Jesus was a carpenter.
Jesus was a carpenter.
This was a carpenter. Every time, bro. Every time. No one, audience.
Perfect timing, man. Perfect timing every time.
We even weren't we planning on doing the carpeting? Was it the carpeting or the plumbing? I can't remember.
Yeah. We had the restaurant, the
We had
landscaping.
we're probably still gonna do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had all that
Rated
stuff
still.
going on. We were trying to figure out.
You're gonna
Like,
start a landscaping
yeah,
company?
if all this shit fails,
Say a
we're just
word.
like fuck it. Like
I'll jump into that
we'll
too.
just,
Fuck
we'll
it,
just
let's
do
it.
that. You know.
That's what I mean. If the art shit fails, just get your hands working on something. Then like
Yeah, you
whatever.
know, get into a trade. You
Yeah.
can still create.
Some some creative job that's
I might just do
pays
the
the bills.
glass work. Yeah. I'll do the
Yeah.
glass stuff. If you're gonna be out here building the houses and stuff, we could make a
Do
community.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can make the windows for the house.
Yeah.
blessed.
We just build houses.
And then we'll have
Some hard ones.
Kevin doing the
I'll do the
carpeting or whatever.
plumbing.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever we
He's on
need.
the
Electrical,
plumbing.
some
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, we'll have. I don't know what Zach will do.
Isn't that
All these-
nasty? Like just looking in a house and like imagine being able to be like, yeah, I could tear this house apart and
know
like,
what?
build,
Like
put it
that-
back together.
That's
Like, no
crazy,
problem.
man.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
And I know guys that they're into, and they're young guys too. And look at the wall, they're like, oh yeah, they did this with the drywall. And
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yo, that's
See?
it's sick that that's the language you speak.
That's
Yeah,
another.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
how we.
Speak that language
Yeah,
at
exactly.
all.
Everyone
And almost
speaks-
again,
yeah.
they're seeing stuff in a different way. Like, you probably walk into a man's house and be like, "Yeah, this is shit."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're critique. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
They're like, "Yeah, you
critiquing
guys
houses
can
and
probably
stuff,
live here
yeah.
for 2 years."
Yeah.
Like these
that's
walls
it.
are not well done. Whatever.
Yeah,
the case
exactly.
is. That's how we look at music and
That's
our
wild.
movies. So it's the same
That's
type
sick,
of.
though.
It's cool
Yeah.
how your eyes are, how your eyes work. You know?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
depending
yeah.
on what you're doing in life and just your whole perspective
You know,
on
you're
things.
watching the movie, you're watching it from the director
Yeah.
creation of the movie
Yeah.
standpoint. The construction guys looking at the house like, like,
this is
in the
trash.
shot,
No,
like,
my
oh,
dad does that. He'll look up and he'll be like, "Yeah, these pipes were put in shit or like whatever. Like
Word,
the
word.
construction was trash or whatever." Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Or like appreciate something too. It's like, "Yo, that was good. That was like good work or something." You know, like that's sick. Like,
That's wild.
yeah.
I really need to get in this glass business.
Yeah, even as a hobby, I think would be sick. Yeah,
Look, a man, you're just there playing
just
with fire.
badass. Yeah, you're just crafting this
Yeah.
glass. You have these big punties.
Yeah,
you
they're
know?
doing that shit too, where they're doing the
And they
spinning
do,
Yeah,
like,
the spinning.
I
yeah.
don't know, is that like part of it, or they just
Yeah, because that's
yeah,
how you
yeah.
have to
Just
create some
showing
of the
off?
shapes.
Yeah.
Man.
they're doing like these spins with it and everything, and it's
Yeah,
just
man.
like they're like rolling it on the table and shit
Yeah,
with like
yeah.
the ground
stretching it out, like
Stretching it
Yeah.
out and
Rounded
then
up
put it
glass
back in
and
the
shit.
heat for a little
Yeah.
bit and then take it back out and then cool it down just to make the shapes that they want.
The way they
That is
move
crazy.
with it, it's like very like I don't know, like they're dancing, like
Yeah.
it's some neck, like they
a
got
dance.
this.
That's
shit.
what I mean. Like I feel
like-
like there's got to be like some sort of installation artist who's like makes glass like on the spot type of thing. Like if there isn't, then there should be somebody doing that because I'd watch that.
I
Show,
wanna
you know,
watch
like,
that shit in
making
person.
glass live, but that person's also like a ballerina type dancer or something. You know, like
God, that's a whole
yeah.
That would
Las
be
Vegas
sick,
show
yeah.
going on just
Yeah.
now.
Shit, man.
Auction the piece at the end.
Oh, I'd
We're
pay to
gonna-
watch someone make something.
We have to
like
hit
that.
Exactly,
people
yeah.
just
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
We're gonna have to take out for this shit because people listening to this are probably on it already.
exactly.
Yeah.
Probably
Shit.
got the funds to invest
Fuck.
immediately.
Gotta jump on that quick.
So are man's even looking out for that that new Kanye project? Do you guys care at all?
I mean, I'm not like hype. I'm not like anticipating it, but like when it drops, I'll listen to it. Of course,
Yeah.
that's really about it. It's
I don't know. Like, I feel for the last couple of years, there's just been a lot of nonsense with him.
Yeah.
On the music end. I don't care about the other fuckery.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, even he was doing this bullshit with his last album, whatever it was called. I can't remember now because he changed it so many times. Pablo, yes, Pablo. What was
Then
it
there's the
called?
one he had
No,
after Yay.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
Yay.
you're talking
Oh, yeah,
about
true.
Yay.
Yay. I forgot
Y'all
about
forgot
that.
about Yay, the bipolar one.
That album was
I
actually
think I-
okay.
It was good. I just only listened to it once. I think.
Yeah, I listened just to it
It's
once
okay.
or twice.
All of those, all those things that were coming out of that ranch all the time.
ranch.
I only listened to them once. The Nas one. I don't think I listened to that one actually. The cut,
T.I.
the
one.
Kids See Ghosts and
Yeah, the Kids See Ghosts I didn't really check
Yeah.
out.
Coming out of
Pusha.
And you're just telling us that you're easy,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I'm
Where he
easy,
records,
man,
yeah.
but no, there's a couple things that I just think my timing.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
have the time to sit.
I feel you.
Dive in. I think I've run through those same thing you were saying, just run through once, but then again, I don't think I was even like really taking to anything.
Yeah. No, that's the problem too. I was listening to it and I was just like, I don't know, I'm not like
Yeah,
feeling
the
anything
way-
too hard. Yeah.
When do mans feel like Kanye kind of like fell off? Because I feel like he fell off.
He fell off. Yeah.
Yeah, Pablo time.
Pablo?
He fell off. Yeah.
I would say
Pa-
Jesus.
I was
I
gonna
still
say
like
Yeezus.
Yeezus.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
Yeezus too.
Yeah.
Even Pablo for me, because my brain can be mad disoriented. I felt like when I listened to it, I was like, man, I feel you, bro. Like, I get you, bro.
Fell
Like,
off about at Yeezus, I think. But I like Yeezus. I hated it at first. It grew on me.
Yeezus, I only liked a few not projects. Sorry, I only liked a few songs on there.
Yeah.
but that was that was the first time where I had a Kanye project where I was like, I'm good with this. Like, I'm done. I listened to it
Yeezus'
twice,
sound
literally,
was
and that
out
was
of ahead of its time a little bit. I feel like people were
yeah.
like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
that's some year
But
3000
then,
music.
yeah,
was,
that's what I'm saying.
Love that.
I agree. It's definitely ahead of its time.
It was ahead of its time, so I think people reacted like, "Whoa, like this is kind of out
I
there."
can't handle this right
But then I
Yeah.
think that's why it grew on me and a lot of other people.
But that's the thing. Like, I recognized that, but even still, I didn't really like it. Just still wasn't for me. Like, even if I I can point out things again. Like when 808s came out, again, you could say that was ahead of its time. Even if you will, like he kind of helped usher in that new sound when it came to hip hop and R&B and blah 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 blah, being a bit more electronic and auto tuney, even though it had T-Pain. But I could see the ideas. That's why I liked it so much. I could see that was going to be the future,
Yeah,
and it excited me. But like Jesus, it just wasn't hitting for me.
true.
Yeah.
True. It was really short too. Well, I think that's okay. I don't mind short albums actually. Depends. It's like 8 tracks.
Was it short?
It was pretty short. It was like 10 or
8 to
8,
10?
8 to
Yeah,
10,
8 to
something
10.
like that.
Yeah, it was like 40 minutes or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, something whack.
Yeah, something kind of short, but which again, like I don't mind. Like Kevin's album's short. I fuck with it. It just depends. I felt it was a little shorter than what a Kanye project usually is, though.
Yeah, I'm definitely. Yeah, I really don't care when this shit drops.
Yeah,
Like, I feel like a lot of people have been trying to build up this hype for it again, just like the last couple projects, and I'm just like, dude, like you guys don't get it. Again, it's me looking at people and saying like, do you not recognize what's going on in your life? Like the bigger picture here, you know what I mean? Like he doesn't care about you.
no.
You know what I mean? It's just like he doesn't care.
I don't know. He doesn't seem focused on his music anymore. I don't know what the hell he's focused on.
Yeah.
I think he's just trying to get his head right.
Yeah,
I think
he's-
that's the number
he's-
one
I
thing.
think
You know, like
he's
if he's using fashion to reconnect with himself, go ahead.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You know, if he's doing the music here and there because he still wants to engage with some of that creative side, it's like, yeah, go ahead. You already blessed the world with so many gems. It's like, yo, I'm
true.
not looking for you to come through and be like,
No. I'm
know.
not expecting him to make another Graduation or 808s or whatever.
I want you to make what you are, where you're at.
He's
But I
already
feel like the problem
accomplished-
is so many people still are holding him to that standard.
You can't anymore.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
People are.
Like,
I'm not necessarily holding him to that standard, but I feel like when it comes to Kanye, I'm always, and he's done it. He's delivered in making sure that it's always different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's always a different sound, always a different feeling. But I feel like there's just like that little spark. You know what I mean? Like where like when he comes up with these ideas, he's making bangers, if you will. And he's making really good music, but I feel like a lot of the songs aren't even necessarily that good,
No.
if you get me.
Yeah.
I get you. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it doesn't have that same feeling for some reason.
I miss
His
Kanye.
old work, yeah.
But it's like I don't miss him, but I miss him. But I hate to sound like the people that are like, oh, I just want the old Kanye.
Yeah.
Little reference. But still,
Yeah, I guess it's like a thing. Yeah, I don't really necessarily need Kanye anymore. I don't think we're at that place where we need Kanye. Like I feel like he's done his due to music.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
changed it enough.
He'll go down in
Yeah.
history, like, you
yeah,
know,
it was
Yeah,
one of
he's
the
one
best.
of
I'll
He's
shed
one
a
of the
tear,
greatest
you know what I
albums.
mean? Like,
Hip hop artists.
yeah.
last
And even just a culture,
decade
just a
or-
culture guy. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Talk about pushing culture, like, and fuck, I remember when I was a little kid and feeling away when mans used to like talk down on me for wearing skinny jeans.
Yeah.
And then like to go turn on TV and you see like the biggest rapper in the world's like, yeah, I fucking wear skinny jeans. And what?
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, nigga, yeah, I wear skinny jeans too.
Yeah, so much of what he did to break down all those like masculine
Yeah,
stereotypes in
man,
hip hop
like,
really
Really
helped. Yeah.
Yeah, he's honestly one of the greatest trendsetters of like of our time. Like, holy fuck, he can make anything cool. Like,
Stuff those fucking glasses was just fucking dumb. I
Yeah.
hated those glasses, but I needed a pair.
which one? The square? Which one? The square
The fucking
ones?
the
the
shutter,
Mark
Shit,
Jake
Shutter.
shutter
Oh, the
shades.
You know how
shutter
many
ones.
bootlegs
Yeah,
that
yeah,
came
yeah.
out after
Yeah,
that?
man, I remember the whole
Any-
summer, yo.
Bro, anything that
Bro,
guy touches,
and
man's want
that's
a piece
the
of.
one magic about him. Yeah, man. Anything that dude would like put on his body, like wear or whatever, like fuck, became like
His
an
shoes is
instant
fly.
hit.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the shoes. I'm like, them look comfy, man.
Yeah,
Like the
man.
Yeezys, the new ones.
Even I tried the boots at the store. The
boots are hard.
These shits are hard and comfortable as hell.
Yeah,
That's the one thing
yeah.
I never got with people. They were hating on all the clothes. I'm like, this
No,
stuff's actually
stop.
pretty
Nah, this
hard.
shit's pretty sick.
This
I
is
think
uniform, bro.
Yeah.
people
How
always
much,
hate.
dog?
I think people hate on it because it's not original. Like there's other brands that kind of pull
I don't
off
know. That shit
similar
was hard
clothing.
to me.
I think it's
care.
also just
It's
so
fucking
easy to hate
dope.
on Yeezy. Like,
It really is. Yeah, it is. Like, yeah, he's an ultimate trendsetter, man. Like anything that he fucking does, just it's cool. Like,
But I'd like to hear his project, man. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm
of
not
course.
Like, oh, yo, like, oh, when is it? It's funny, guy, that I didn't even check to see like when the date was.
Yeah,
It's like,
there's
Yeah,
it
when
was
it
been
comes-
several dates like just last week.
Okay,
it
word.
was supposed to be Thursday, then it was supposed to be Friday, then it was supposed to be Sunday.
yeah, he's so annoying with his release. He keeps pushing back his goddamn.
And it's like
release dates,
I don't
man.
care. I've never cared, but just again, just being the person that I am, I have to stay connected to all this shit.
Word up, word up.
You know what I mean? So it's just annoying to just hear people say, "Come on, when is he gonna drop this shit?" Or "Man, I can't wait till it drops tonight." And I'm in the back of my head, I'm like, "It's not. You're not getting the project."
It's just when it drops, it
So out of the
when it
blue, I
drops,
didn't
it
even know.
drops.
When it
Yeah,
drops,
no,
it drops.
When it drops, it drops.
When it
It
drops, it
drops,
drops.
it drops.
He's the one man that you can't just say drop your shit. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah, like it's when it comes out, I'll listen to it humbly,
Yeah.
because it's Kanye. But I'm not gonna, fucking.
there's
I was-
been some leaks and stuff. I haven't checked it.
Yeah, it's whatever.
I
Like,
checked the league. I'm like, yo, some of the leagues. I'm like, yo, these are cool.
I'm not gonna hype it up too much because I know it's not gonna be like his best album. It's
know.
probably it's unlikely to be his best album.
That's a big statement.
I'm like, if he comes in, he swags out gospel music. This might change the game.
Because no, I'm liking what I'm hearing that it's gonna be some gospel stuff. I'm like, okay,
Okay.
that's sick.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
almost like he's going back to the roots, if you will, a little bit. You know what I mean? With his like his smash hit being "Jesus Walks" and whatnot.
Yeah, like you came out the gate with that, and now you kind of return to that.
Yeah,
Like, yo, that's kind of cool.
It's a good
Yeah.
bookend.
And it's kind of even like ties back to even a lot of the stuff that I know he wants to do in regards to the brand. 'Cause I know a lot of people were kind of hating on us, like, oh, yo, Kanye, man, why you got your shit selling for like $350 for a pair of shoes, and $200 for a t-shirt? And he's like, yo, bro, like that's not even me. Like that's the execs at Adidas that are like,
Yeah, they're the ones setting the
they're
pricing.
the ones setting the prices. If I could have it really my way, I want everybody to get
Yeah.
fair access.
I remember when he was
to
saying that
cheap
stuff.
products,
Yeah.
cheap quality products. That's what I want the world to have. I was like, yo, this guy's really.
Yeah.
He really just wants to try to make the world a little bit better.
Yeah.
Like,
That's beautiful.
But the problem with that is then he loses the credibility of his brand when he like makes if he were to make cheap shit, right? So there's the divide there. He might be the one to do it where like
I think he's trying to
he
find
creates-
a way.
Yeah,
to,
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Even him going and working with all those other like top brands. Or
Yeah,
supporting
yeah,
that
for
Louis
sure,
was
yeah.
the point. Seeing how do these guys go about their thing and how can I try to bring.
But that's
that
the
to
weird
what
thing
I
with
do,
fashion, though, right? Like, imagine you had something that was like super swaggy, but everybody was wearing it, right? It goes back to that Fairly Odd Parents
you-
episode,
you
where
kinda
like it doesn't
want
matter.
it.
Yeah, if it's something that's like super nasty or style that everybody can afford, then it's like
It
everybody
doesn't-
just starts
yeah,
looking the
hype,
same, you know?
Hype is
Yeah.
kind of off
Yeah.
it.
But
That's
I
kind of
think-
like why
I think-
Supreme is as big as it
I think
is.
there's a
Like,
fairness in that though.
most people can't afford it.
But that's also that was his point as well, because I remember him talking about that. He was trying to stop bullying as well. Like you shouldn't be bullied
Yeah,
because of your
yeah,
clothes.
yeah.
So he's like, if everybody's rocking something that's almost in
Yeah.
the same vein,
Yeah.
You're not gonna, yeah.
Well, I think then the message more about that is like caring less about it's about the culture, like caring less about the price of certain things and just like being able to express yourself.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
what Shaq did with his shoes. You guys, because you know how Shaq's shoes are in Walmart. Well, like he was the reason why, because he's like, I want like kids who can't afford regular shoes
Yeah.
to wear my shoes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can still
Kind of
get
thing,
access
you know
to
what I mean?
something
Because
that
like
is kinda
a
good.
kid who can't afford Jordans or Nikes
Yeah.
is gonna wear Shaq shoes because they're at Walmart. But that was Shaq's like goal.
not gonna
with his
lie,
shoes.
I never wore them. I never thought about wearing them. 'Cause I was just like shit. Like I don't want any.
Well, people know where they came from, though. So
Exactly.
that was the problem, though, right?
but
Like,
that's
And,
the
and,
thing, like,
and I
you
wouldn't
kinda-
even think about that. It was just more like I just don't want anybody saying, "Yo, those aren't Jordans." Like you know,
that's
what
what
I'm
I mean. No, like people, that's
Okay.
yeah.
Okay,
People knew
okay.
they were
That's
from
the bully-
Payless.
that's the
Yeah,
bullying
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, Shaq's mentality was like, oh, like I can have my shoes be worn by kids who can afford it, but at the same time, then
Well, that
I
was
think
back
the kids
then.
that were wearing
I think
Shaqs
this-
for the
I feel
kids
like
being
this
bullied,
generation
yo.
would be a lot more like welcome to an idea like that. I feel
yeah,
like
yeah, I
our
think
generation
so.
of kids, we weren't.
No,
we weren't
Yeah, we
educated
weren't ready
enough
for
for
that.
that. Yeah.
no, we weren't ready for that.
Yeah.
Like even seeing like how like ties a little bit, like even seeing how like cozy swag has kind of gotten so
yeah.
big, and I kept thinking to myself, I'm like, yo, like I wish man's had something like that in high school.
Yeah.
where I didn't have to like feel like I had to go really drop a bag on my gear just so I could stay up. When it's like, yo, bro, I could have easy just had a a nice simple ass hoodie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
simple-ass pair of
real shit.
sweats,
Once I
and,
got out of
just
high
get
school,
some
I stopped.
I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, you know
Yeah,
how
man.
affordable and how fire your fit still is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, like the kids now, like at least like not having to deal with that. I'm like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, once I got out of high school, I stopped really caring about like clothes and shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
I was just like, yo, let me run up a bag at Old Navy. Like, fuck it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care about anything. Because I remember I used to always try to get, I was heavy into like graphic tees and whatnot. And I was getting them cheap. I would go to Black Market or whatever. But I had to always make sure I had like a fresh tee. Like, always a fresh tee, always a fresh pair of jeans. You wouldn't believe it. I had the skinny jeans too. Because everybody had to, you know. Jerkin was popping. You know what I mean? Like, it was just a different time, you know?
Wait, man? You know, I feel like I was just out of high school when Jerkin was started popping. Yeah, I think I was just out of high school.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's jokes.
I think I was watching the videos in my dorm.
Yeah,
Like, yo,
don't kill me.
What is this? It's pretty greasy.
That shit was hard back then, yeah. But yeah,
was a
like
pretty
once
cool
once I got out, I was just like, yeah, like none of that shit really matters. Like,
It doesn't, and I like the fact that he's trying to level
Yeah.
that playing field. I've even seen a couple Kanye interviews where he talks about just like, you know, like removing this false idea of luxury.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, luxury is the time that you spend with your fam. It's the time you spend with your loved ones. Like, all these guys trying to repackage things and sell it back to you and make you feel like, oh, this is luxury. You got to come and buy this. Like, that shit is fake.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yo, like the fact you're on the platform and that's what you're saying. That's
Even
pretty
speaking
big.
on the cozy swag, like Kanye had a lot to do with that. So
Wouldn't
even
you-
if his clothes itself aren't, you know, being able to be marketed to everybody, the style that his
get
clothes
into- yeah.
created, like because Yeezy season always just looks like this very
Regular.
sweat,
Sweat.
if you will, like it's almost like again, it's like
Cotton.
like homeless chic.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
But
it's
that
like,
and
it's
people
hard
are like,
shit.
oh man, this shit's $300. I can go buy this for like $50 somewhere else. And it's
buy
like,
it.
but they do that, and
They
that's
do.
so that's good because he's setting the trend.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
and,
saying.
and it's
I mean,
allowing people
yeah.
to, you know, at their market price, like whatever they're actually able
Bro,
to
have you
afford.
seen what's that Zara? Like it's designed by Kanye.
Yeah,
Directly.
exactly. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, the
Fuck.
right people, like if you have, it comes down to a point, like if you have the swag, then you can put it together based
Yeah.
on the money that you have,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy for some people to go to whatever, like Zara or H&M or whatever,
Yeah.
and buy this shit
You
because
could
it's
buy
like, oh, it
something
looked like Kanye.
It looks like
But you can
Kanye.
tell that it's like, there's shit like that where it's like, obviously, the $300 hoodie that he makes isn't going to look like the $50 hoodie from Zara. But like, if
not.
you put it together properly,
Yeah,
then you can
that's
do it,
man,
you know?
yeah.
The main point is that he put it in fashion, though. So that's, you know,
Yeah.
in a way, yeah, like he did
he buy
did
it.
accomplish what he was trying to do,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does. Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure he's just
Setting
gonna
those
keep on
trends.
building on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Cause I seen some cheaper Yeezys, I think like
Oh, yeah.
150 and something. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Sure. Yeah. The
word.
price has gone down and
They're
they've gotten
slowly
more.
starting, so maybe he's working his way to
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
only
$50
problem.
Yeezy.
The only problem with all of that is like the resale culture kind of fucks up his vision,
know,
right?
Yeah.
So you got the resale culture. So you realistically, Yeezys are like $1,000.
I know, yeah.
But and then
Even though
you,
everybody has them, but not everybody, but a lot of people.
well, there's a lot of fakes too, and there's some
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
good
true.
fakes.
And
There's some
like
really good
amazing
fakes out there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I do want those boots.
about
though.
half of the Yeezys I bet you see are probably fake, but because they're really hard to get. You're either dropping $1,000 or you were able to cop it off the Adidas app, or you have like a weird bot to get it, which the bots are not easy to get either.
Or you
Yeah.
got a man on the inside.
Yeah, or you got a man on the inside, yeah, or you're copping a fake from whatever, China, wherever they're made.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Get it from Pacific Mall or some shit.
Pacific Mall. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's some fakes that are good, some fakes are shit.
I don't
Depends.
know. But yeah, he's done his thing. Again, it's just like, yeah, it's just like being a fan of him. It's not even that I'm necessarily disappointed. Just like I want to hear, just want to hear some good shit. That's all
Of course.
from him
Hey,
coming out.
I'm confident he'll make something good.
That's the one thing I'm excited about. I just want to hear this new gospel stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm always interested in what he's gonna do next because all his shit is usually different. It's like his new album. Every album's like a different
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why I'm excited.
have you guys seen the clips of like when he's out there in the
Yeah,
mountains and shit like that? That shit looks crazy.
It's
though.
pretty. It's
Yeah.
wavy. I remember I sat down one time and I watched one of them.
Oh, yeah?
It was like an hour long. He was just in church like chopping up like some church samples on his little
Sick.
on the keyboard that he's been running,
Mm-hmm.
and then he had like the live. He had like the band. He had like another
choir.
the conductor, kind of like getting these guys to sing like certain remixes to song, like making like the gospel version of a song. And, like, yo, even like, to be honest, like, because I haven't really listened to gospel in like quite some time, and like just listening to it, I was like, yo, I can't. This
It brings
shit's
back memories.
Mad fly.
Yeah,
like,
man.
I'm just listening to the voices and the beauty and the harmonies and stuff. I'm like, man, this feels good.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like regardless as to however you identify with the message, or, like whatever it is, just like.
No,
it
there's
just
some really
felt
good gospel music. Yeah.
Yeah, it
There's
just
some
felt
hard
good.
tracks
Yeah.
out there. Like I'm gonna have to bump those tonight just so I can get a refresh on them.
real.
I remember like even like when I was a kid, driving out with my mom, and then I don't know who it was, probably like TD Jakes, probably dropped some hard like or whoever. But just bump like her just running those tracks in the whip. That's what it makes me think about
Word
when
up,
I
word
started
up.
seeing those. When I started seeing him do that stuff,
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, like that's coming back. There's a lot of hard gospel out there.
Yeah, no, gospel is a super slap genre.
Mm-hmm.
That is I think, because when growing up, I grew up like Anglican, so I didn't really like hear much of that. It was a lot of like,
Yeah, the boring shit.
but like, you know, meeting some of my other homies that like were going to like other churches and stuff, and they would put man on to like Kirk Franklin and
Yeah,
you know,
Kirk.
Mary and all the other artists. I'm like, yo, like this shit goes.
just
Ty
dope.
Tribbett and those guys. Oh, yo, these guys are really talented, man.
Yeah.
So to see, I want to hear Yeezy's take on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Even see him chop up the sample in church was like,
Yeah.
I ain't never seen no man chopping up samples in church.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
this looks sick.
Just that as a concept is kind of hard.
It's
you know,
sick, yeah.
Somebody leading a sermon with like a
With
sampler.
you know, and chopping.
Yeah.
And the whole crowd's like going sick, dude. And looking down, I'm like, yo, see 2 Chainz in the crowd. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, like.
That's sick though. Like you have 2 Chainz there hanging out.
That's
Church.
lit.
2 Chainz at church and watching Yeezy just chill.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, this is fly, man.
Yeah.
That's sick, yo.
Yeah, man.
That's
so,
sick, yo.
I'm excited, man.
I miss those old.
Even just that,
days.
like those, it sounds like those Sunday services are like generally like well received. Just the fact that he's creating these musical experiences where, yeah, you can watch some of them, but like it's mostly just for the people who are there. That's part of what music is, you know, like exploring that, like the fact that he's had this position, but he's still doing little things
Some
like
personal,
that. Even like when he was releasing Yeezus and he was doing like the projector,
Yeah, I
projecting the
love that,
videos,
man. Yeah.
you know, having that you can only, this is for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Connect-
Only
yeah,
for you. Yeah. And then people have to get it on their
Yeah.
phone, share it with the world. But
Yeah.
it's like, I'm only making this for you.
Yeah.
Like,
It's obviously people don't like that feeling, that FOMO feeling, but I appreciate that. Like I know I couldn't reach any of those Sunday services, but I'm like I respect that he's creating this live atmosphere for people
For
to
real.
experience music in a very different way than what we talk so much now about how we listen to music and how we consume music, and I think we generally agree that it's not as good as how we used to. We feel like we used to be able to do it
for sure.
But part of that is just like not even being able to just see these little concerts. You know,
Yeah.
every time you go to a concert, it's these big. You know,
I don't even like going.
That's
to
what
big
I mean,
Shows. Like, I
yeah.
don't like seeing
Nah,
big
really.
artists
Yeah.
in concerts.
Yeah.
Because they're like, this is too much for me.
Yeah.
Like the show we're going to this Sunday, like that kind of shit.
That's
I
the
like
type of
too,
shit
you know
I
what I
like,
mean?
yeah.
Like, yeah, I like.
Where'd you guys go?
We're going to Young Clancy. Shout out Young Clancy.
Yeah,
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 we're
we're
going
gonna
to a Young
see.
Clancy show. Where is it at?
Drake.
Yeah,
You can pull up too if you're free. Yeah.
Yeah, free.
Actually, always my birthday on Sunday. So I'm
Oh
like,
shit.
I'm
True.
Yeah, he's getting lit.
Yeah.
True.
But yeah, like I just like little shows like that because
Yeah.
again, it's a different experience. Like I like when I hear that the venue is gonna be like the Phoenix or fucking Lee's Palace or
Yeah.
something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. Just like curating different experiences.
Yeah,
man.
that's
Like,
what it's
I'm-
about.
I'm super into that.
Yeah.
Even my homie, like, I think for like the promo for his project, like he teamed up with Artery, and they do like that, just kind of
Yeah, yeah.
personal vibe. And like,
Yeah.
So I remember I performed with him, and they got us to perform in a barbershop.
That's
Oh,
sick.
this
Yeah.
is fly as
Yeah.
hell. Like, in the barbershop's like super well designed and
Yeah.
everything, and like just had like maybe like 40
Yeah,
people.
I see
30,
they have like
40 people.
parties on rooftops and
Yeah. Just like personal concerts
Yeah.
in super unorthodox spots.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, like imagine having like a fucking weekend concert just like
Yeah.
in some guy's living room.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
That'd
Shit.
be sick.
That
It's
is sick, yo.
You know, like
Yeah,
That's
'cause
what we're
I
trying to
hate
bring.
fucking big ass stadium concerts. I don't know about you guys.
I hate them.
it just
Like,
sometimes
especially when I'm at the seats.
like
I have to
if anything
stand.
for me, I like mid size. Like
Yeah.
when it's too big, it's
like
like
a
The max I'm doing is like Danforth.
like a Danforth or a
Yeah.
Phoenix. It's like
Because even like if you ever see like stand up comedy, like when I see like Kevin Hart on these huge,
It's
stages,
not that's not personal.
I can feel a disconnect
Yeah.
in like
Once
Comedy
he's-
saying the
too,
joke
yeah.
and then
Especially
the
comedy.
response. It's
Yeah.
like when you got that smaller room, and even just to be honest, like the reverb of a laugh off a wall,
Yeah.
does something different, man. Like you feel it differently instead
Yeah.
of this the O2. You know, like he's funny. He's clearly sold out the O2.
Yeah.
yeah.
But for me, I'm just like,
Nah, I feel you. on that.
I want to see you do that. In a
And that's when
small-
you start noticing, like, if we're gonna talk about like comedy, you start noticing your comedians. That's when they start kind of like, if you will, you start disconnecting with them a little bit, just because you're just like, yeah, like I loved when you were in these smaller places. And again, it's not about them being the old them. It's just again the experience.
Yeah. The thing too about that is like, I feel like certain artists and comedians, whatever, they don't use the space properly. Like I feel like Kanye shows at ACC have always been crazy. Like those have been my
I
favorite
agree.
shows.
Yeah.
It's about using this.
But artists
on a great
just
show.
don't use the size of the stadium well enough. Whereas Kanye
Yeah.
knows, he always inhabits the space that
You're right.
he takes in the best way possible.
Yeah,
like
he's
if it's
so-
gonna be in this 20,000 place, he's gonna make sure you feel like that's how
put
big
it in
this.
the middle.
that's how big the-
everybody
yeah.
gets the vibe.
Like when he had the stage in the air, that was nasty.
Even the Yeezus
Oh,
show
I was
was
thinking
shit.
about it because I never been, but I've seen the videos.
I've
Yeah.
seen the videos and it just looks like,
I'm like,
it
what
looks
the
like
hell?
year. It looks like year 3000.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. Like I like those kind
know?
of vibes.
And the
Yeah.
Yeezus show was crazy too when he had the mountains, and the whole
yeah,
stage
like,
show
holy
and all that.
Remember
kind of
that?
stuff.
I was
Yo,
at
it was
that,
like
yeah.
it was like it was like a ballet, like you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah,
it was a
yeah, yeah.
performance,
Holy shit,
like
man.
yeah.
I even appreciate the little things that people are doing now too, like even like the Travis Scott tour where he has like it's
roller
a
Yeah,
roller
yeah.
coaster in the
That's
middle of the
mad.
fucking place.
I
you know
love
what
that.
I mean?
Oh, yeah, Drake had like the floating fucking car.
Yeah, he had the
Did you see
floating
And he was on
car.
a
See
giant
that shit?
iPhone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, that's sick.
Yeah, like his
like,
stage was, and it changed.
screen,
His
yeah,
stage
yeah,
changed.
giant
The stage
screen.
changed all the time. It was amazing.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, it's all about using the space as well.
Yeah.
I feel like I would appreciate somebody again like those guys, but again, like I'm not always. How
one-
many opportunities am I going to?
For the most part, when I see those big shows and I see people using the stage, it's that part that we get back to about like us as creators too. I feel like the more that I started making music, I get critical of shows
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Even
Oh, 100.
where I'm
I
just
can't
like,
even just
yo,
watch a
like
concert.
yeah,
Like-
yo, you have so much money to like spend on this
Could've
stage.
made-
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys could have done something.
Could have done
Yeah.
better than that. Be creative. Like
you lost it.
And realistically, it's hip hop a lot of the time that they get lazy on that kind of stuff.
They do.
You know? Because at least
got
with
your money,
with
you're
other
showing up for
with
your
other
money.
music like rock, whatever bands, at least there's that live element of it. Just the fact that they're playing them, yeah. But when you're
Bro.
just playing you're literally playing the track off of a laptop, like it's me
The
performing at a
two-track,
fucking
because
yeah.
yeah.
Like what the
you're
hell?
Just jumping. Come
Yeah.
on, do something with the
Like you
space.
just brought a USB to ACC. Like, are you kidding me, bro?
That's what
Like,
I hate that.
yeah.
Oh,
shit. I
fuck.
hate that shit.
That's crazy.
Damn.
Or you didn't even do that. It's just in your drive, you know? Like
Yeah, imagine just running off the computer.
Yeah.
Your DJ is just running it off the
Yeah.
computer.
That's the
Yeah.
thing, man.
and your DJ, all he did was bring a Mac. Like
Yeah, he just brought
what?
the Mac on the stage.
Yeah, that's what they do at festivals.
I
Fuck
heard
it.
it.
Swag.
Yeah.
They're the
Hurts,
worst
man.
shows at festivals sometimes.
That's what I mean.
They're just standing
Festival DJs get paid mills to
Yeah.
bring a USB.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like that's crazy.
It's crazy.
They have their set list, their mix already made,
Yeah.
and then they just plug it in and just press play.
Yeah.
And like there's 2 mil
Yeah,
for you.
they're just kind of there, just
Gator.
kind of just moving shit back and forth.
Yeah.
Hey, no offense. I mean, I like me some electronic EDM, but
Yeah.
I get it. It's like tech. They don't even have to be there. Like,
I don't know,
I've,
yeah.
but I get it. They kind of do.
I've seen Taylor Swift live, yo. And that's just an experience. Like, that's the reason why I was going to those shows. So I'm just like, again, if I'm gonna go to a big show like that, I want to make sure I'm spending my money right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I've seen Taylor Swift live. I've seen One Direction live.
Oh, word.
And they're just they're doing what they got to do. Like One Direction, I believe their stage was mostly in the middle. And again, it was when all of them were the group, so they're just all at different corners and just singing to the
just
girls, and all the girls are freaking out and whatnot.
That's sick.
Taylor Swift, she's coming out from the fucking sky. She's zooming around, but then she'll come into the crowd as well.
Okay.
And you have a chance to like say what's up and blah 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 blah.
That's sick.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The last Taylor Swift concert I saw, she had like 3 cubes, I think 3 or 4 cubes, and they just kept moving, and the band was on top.
Holy shit.
And I'm like, that's wild.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just something to look
Doing
at.
something else.
Yeah, you know?
You know?
Yeah, that's cool.
Those are artists, man, is like love and would build different connections. Too,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's the guys that aren't really putting in, like, when you're not really putting in the effort, it's like, how long you really gonna be here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're getting on that stage just to collect the bag, because you know some of those guys, you pull up to the 1-2 festival, you're getting your 40,
get it.
you're getting your 40K for 30 minutes.
I get being lazy at a festival.
Even on personal things,
Yeah.
not just literally might just have like a picture of themselves on a screen.
Yeah,
and they're
that's
just
it.
like rapping.
You're just rapping.
That's it. You're
Yeah.
DJ. You know, like that's it. It's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You're not creating anything for mans to really like. You'll take hold of and like
Yeah.
you'll remember this. Cause now you're bringing that up. For as much as I've never been to any like Yeezy show, I still remember.
Yeah, I still remember
like,
these things,
Watch
yeah.
the Throne. I remember seeing the guys and they were on
Exactly,
the box.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
know him and Jay. I'm like, yo, that looks crazy.
And that's the thing. Kanye's always been
You know,
like,
even when he came to OVO Fest and they
Yeah.
had the lights were on that angle. I was like, I can still
Oh, yeah, that
remember
was
this
sick.
thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And
That's
even
sick,
seeing
yeah.
Drizzy use like the Yeezy kind of design
Yeah,
on stage, I'm
yeah.
like, yo, this brings a different flex to Drizzy's show. Like,
Yeah.
this looks hard.
That's wild. Dude.
even the 808s, like I remember that glow in the dark too. Like I didn't go to that one, but I remember the
Word.
whole concept
Yeah,
behind it
yeah.
and stuff. You know, like you remember all of. I think I can't remember the graduation one, but I think since 808s, he's had like a very defined idea for all of his tours and stuff. I don't really remember the graduation
Yeah,
tour that
even
much,
like
but,
prior to, I
yeah.
don't know. But then again,
Yeah.
that could have just been him like building up.
Exactly,
But
yeah.
even in those kind of days, like back when he was doing the late registration, I still remember when he had like the live orchestration show.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
so, he's always been trying
Yeah.
something
Late orchestration,
else.
yeah, that shit was
and,
crazy,
Like, that was
yeah.
crazy. To this day, you put up on YouTube, you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, this shit slaps. Like,
And
Also-
he's been doing the short films too. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like that's what's, I guess,
That was
most
the other
important.
thing too when
Runaway
he for
too,
for was it Cruel
a good
Summer
one.
when he did like that video that was only playing in like some pyramid or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tried looking it up, but like because it's fit for that screen that he built or that dome shaped tent or whatever that he built, like you can't even like watch it on just a regular like flat
Really?
screen, you know?
Real.
That's wild.
Yeah. So it was only for those people who were there.
That's so dope, man.
Yeah.
I love that, man. And I like the artists that are doing shit like that. Like even like Solange,
Mm-hmm.
like seeing a lot of like the art direction she's been kind of engaged
Yeah.
in. I'm like, yo, that's hard.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what it's about. It's about creating those lasting experiences for people
something
Even-
to widen your brain. Man.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
open it up.
and show their creativity.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Show people human potential. Like the art I like, man.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's it gets back to that point where money can't buy happiness, but when you get into something like this, money can offer you so many. I
That's
think,
what I'm saying.
I
Yeah.
think did we talk about this
opportunities.
last week where I was like, yo,
Yeah.
I think I come up with so many fucking ideas in a day where like
It's true.
if I just had money to do them, I'd be executing
be
so
doing
many more
so
projects, you
many.
know?
You
Yeah.
You have
Top
infinite
10.
opportunity to do
Yeah.
whatever the fuck
Mans
you
have
want.
the bag.
You could also do a lot of harm too. So
Oh yeah.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's how they
Absolutely,
self-destruct. You know?
Yeah,
with
for sure,
with
yeah.
money. Oh,
It's about obviously it's about maintaining that focus, but like you gotta just remember like before you had all of this, like what would you do with that money that you have right now?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you want to do? Didn't you have all these big ideas? Like like I don't know, like if you ever had an aspiration to become an artist and you had that grand vision or whatever, there has to be a time where you have some big idea of something you want to
Yo,
do. You know?
talk about it, man.
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. I think we were somewhere about like just not doing enough.
Why was it delayed?
Trash. Artists not doing enough.
Yeah. Wanting to see people who have that position just because we know where we are and we know that if we were where they were, we would be pushing boundaries like so much harder, and I think that's where it's sad to see from our perspective as artists who know that if we had money, then we would be able to accomplish so much more, and seeing artists who have that money and they don't have the same kind of vision or
Nah.
Again, like we were saying while it was cut off, like I just feel like a lot of dudes just don't care.
yeah.
Yeah.
But them not caring is them also not realizing that they're not completing the full package.
Yeah.
When it comes to what they're creating as well, you know what I mean? Like, yes, you need to have fire visuals or fire album art. You need to focus on all these things, your live performances and whatnot. No, you can't just come out all the time and just put your fucking track on.
And realistically, it comes with I think we talked about this last week. When you have that much money, it comes with a responsibility. You know what I mean? Like sports stars, actors, artists, everybody. Like, you're not just. You don't feel like a sense of responsibility or obligation that you're making like so much more than the
So
average
many
person,
eyes are on
like
you.
100 times more than the average person, and you were probably somebody who was an average person before. Like
Yeah.
you don't feel that entitled, like, you know, that like you have an obligation to like, if people are telling you you're at the forefront of this artistic field or whatever.
You're not going like try to take this to like sicko level.
Yeah.
exactly.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you have all the eyes, all the resources. I just even think about that as a get butterfly.
It doesn't happen in
all the eyes and all the resources.
it
bro.
kind of sucks because it doesn't happen in other things. Like, you know, they don't give science grants to scientists who are just gonna take it
Yeah.
and be like, all right, I'm gonna make something that already exists, or
Yeah.
I'm gonna make Tylenol. What? You're like, you know, like you know, like it doesn't happen, but that's what we're allowing these people to do. It's like, here's $2 million for you to sound like this person
This
who's
sound
already
that's
here.
already bumping.
Yeah, like
Yeah, it's just stupid.
yeah.
Like,
So yo, shout out to all the independent cats with little money.
Yeah, man.
Finding a way to flex.
yeah.
You know, you guys, y'all been flexing. You know, shout out even like Sean Leon, seeing some of his stuff. He's been going sicko.
Have you seen his new merch?
Nah,
Crazy.
I want to
Shit's
see that.
Shout out to I
It's
think
crazy.
what's his IG page at the chance or at the, one of the
Something like
he helped design
Yeah.
like some of the shit.
Yeah.
Like those guys are going sicko. Shout out like Sean Brown and the whole
They're doing it
Dan-
right now,
Daniel
and they're
Caesar,
chilling with Kanye.
the whole Danny. Yeah, the
That's
whole
crazy.
Danny yeah, and the work. Yeah, they're doing it. And it's just like yo, but of course,
Chilling with
they're chilling with Kanye.
You know what I mean?
That's
You know what I'm saying?
wild.
That's
When
what it's
you're
supposed to
making
be.
shit
And they're
and
making
thinking of
quality
shit in the same
stuff.
vibration.
Yeah.
You only connect with that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's only in time. You know, like Tutus. If you're just making your stuff, that's no offense. It's just gonna sit on 6 Buzz, man, and like
Yeah, where is that? Yeah, what is that gonna mean later on? You know?
It's not gonna
Yeah.
mean anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No matter what, no matter what I create or I'm involved in creating, I want to make sure that it looks different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or it just looks like a different type of experience, even if it's not getting no views.
yeah.
Even if it's not getting picked up by this blog or whoever, or
Fuck
Six
that.
Buzz is
Yeah.
one on their page, I want to make sure whoever gets to watch this shit is like, oh shit, like this is a movie.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you know what I mean? Or if you're gonna come to like a 750 show or something like that, it's gonna be lit, like for sure. Like we're gonna make sure you're having a great time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's all it's about for me. Like really, just do it. Like if you're gonna do this shit, just do it.
Yeah,
That
like
means something,
yeah.
you
So
know?
much of why we do this is because it makes us happy with what we do, right? For sure. But when it comes to the communication aspect of it, or like relating to the people that you're trying to get it to, because obviously everything we do, there has to be a connection between the public or who we want it to reach. There's that responsibility of like, okay, I need to make sure that this person enjoys this show,
Yeah,
this
always
video,
thinking about
this
that too.
album as much as possible, because it's not just about you after a certain point. Like you can think so much about like, yeah, I'm being selfish. Like, yeah, I'm not really helping out in the service or, you know, to the community in that kind of way. I'm trying. So what my responsibility is to make you think more,
Yeah,
to
yeah,
make you
yeah.
reflect on things, to make you feel emotions
100%.
stronger. Yeah, like that's my obligation. And there's so many different ways to do that, to enhance it, that people like don't see, you know?
It's like yeah, no, you're on about that, man.
That's like, if you think about what the utility of an artist is that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be to inspire, or to, you know, elicit emotions or whatever. It's like, if you're half-assing that, then, you know, why are you getting the biggest bag for? Or why do you think you're
Or
entitled to the
why do you
biggest
think you
bag?
deserve it?
Yeah.
Because to me, you're just making some music
just
that
making-
sounds
Exactly.
like the next man.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't care. We've heard all the hood stories. And this
Even
and
the
that,
thing
you know
too,
what I mean? I
like
don't care.
there's a thing where, like, if I hear somebody approaching a sound that's similar to or like a topic that I'm approaching, I'm not like mad. I'm just like, okay, I need to pivot and do something else, because this has already been taken care of. So like, why would I need to continue that lane? Like my early stuff was like really R&B focused, but then that R&B wave basically happened in Toronto, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, I don't need to do that anymore,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
there's people doing that shit, and it's
doing the
gonna be
same
better
shit,
than,
man.
because they're more. It's
Yeah.
more of what they're talking about. It's like, all right, I gotta go find my lane now. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how people see something and they hear a song where it's like, and they're just like, I want to make that exact same song.
Copy
you know?
it.
I
Yeah.
need something like that. And
Yeah.
a lot of
Like,
people do that
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
A lot of people
People
do
just
that
want to, like you'll hear artists and they'll like fucking sound exactly like they fucking edit their voice to sound like
do this
like how many men sound like Nav, yo? Like what the fuck? Like, what's up with that shit?
Yeah.
Like why?
Like I just want to
Like-
I want more you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I get it. There's nothing new under the sun. Everything.
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
inspires everything. I absolutely understand that. But what do they say? Like, good artists copy, great artists steal. For me, when I see like a dope ass artist steal some shit, it's like, yo, I can see where you got some of the vibe, but I also get you here. Like, I can see where you have inserted yourself into the mix, and I'm getting you. Whereas you see the guys who are just straight up copy, and it's like, oh, yo, maybe he's a producer who just like, all he listens to is like murder beats.
Yeah.
So it's like when he makes a beat,
Yeah.
he makes a murder beat. And it's just like, even if you put your tag on it, bro, that's a murder beat. Like,
Yeah, like people are just gonna hear murder beats.
that's it. Like, it's just free. It's free.
I mean, when they hear like, yo, that's murder, right?
That's
Yeah.
murder,
Like,
right?
even when Mustard was
what?
like in his like
Yeah.
at his peak at a certain time.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? He was putting the like he was always putting that chant on shit, and people, everything he was dropping was slapping.
Yeah.
And then you just see like all the guys who know maybe on like pop radio who are like, oh yo, I think this is like a part of the formula.
Yeah.
throw that chant on there.
Yeah.
And they're throwing it on. I'm just like, oh, did Mustard make that? Oh nah. Like
Wow.
some guy just made. I'm like,
That's stupid.
where are you at, man?
Yeah, there's no sanctity in that
Yeah.
even, you know, you can't even let a man have his chant, like that be his thing,
You know what I'm
like,
saying? That's
yeah.
his signature,
Yeah.
man. Like, let him hold that.
Yeah.
Do you. So I can enjoy that. Like,
But I'm gonna tell you this: people can't do that because they're not confident. You know,
Nah.
they're not confident in themselves.
Scared to
all
be
the time.
different, man.
Yeah.
Scared to be different.
Yeah.
So scared to be different.
Scared to think too hard.
They think, 'cause
Like-
they think if they're different, then they're not going to be liked, and then it's like they're just trying to be liked, so they want to be like everyone else. So, yeah,
I mean, I get that feeling. Like, we were talking a lot of like be unique and stuff, but like so much of what I think like my creative process is like, okay, I heard this thing or like I watched this thing and I want to include that in. But
course.
that's where you got where I think we talked about this last
Yeah,
week.
we
We
already
literally
talked about-
used
We
that
literally,
quote.
the
Yeah.
quote
Yeah,
you
I
just
don't
used,
know.
we used last
we
word.
talked about artists stealing and borrowing,
Yeah.
you know, concepts from different pieces.
Yeah, like when I made "Make Me Move," like I thought I was ripping "Untitled" by D'Angelo like completely, right? The drum beat and the way the chord progression and stuff. But then the way that it evolved, obviously, it becomes its own thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But-
I don't think that.
wouldn't
Yeah.
think that at all.
song.
That's what I mean. But that's
exactly.
the difference between like taking things that inspire you, but then obviously putting your own voice into it. Obviously, I'm not gonna just write Untitled again.
you
You
know
know?
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it my own shit. Yeah.
That shit was hard though. That Untitled.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. People just don't have the confidence a lot of the time. But again, and this is why this conversation with you is also important, so that people that are listening to this can take it in. We didn't even tell this man we were talking about this shit last week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how you know somebody's on the same wavelength
Exactly.
as you. That's the type of people you need to keep around.
That's sick.
You know what I mean?
And that shows you that that's the type of community that exists, where it's like we encourage you to be yourself, because there's no right or wrong. There's no, this artist did this and it's getting this much money, so this must be right. You know,
This is
that's
what you
that's
got.
not how that's not how it
No
works.
Crazy
Yeah.
research done. It's
Yeah.
just mans are just being themselves and coming out. here
And
doing
if
the
you
right
were to
thing.
look at anybody who's had any kind of sustainable career, it's like you think about them, it's like, oh, I already know that distinct artistry of that person.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There's nobody who's scraped by copying somebody's thing. There's people who have profited off of like consistently copying people along the
Yeah.
way, you know? But
Yeah.
like,
Panda will always be a Future song, bro.
yeah.
Oh
Oh,
God.
see, yeah.
Yeah.
It will,
We all
you know
thought
what
it
I'm
was
saying?
Future.
I always thought it was Future.
We all thought it was Future
I
until
even
we
went on the
figured.
album and that came on. I was like,
Yeah.
yo, Future got a slap. Like, I
Yeah.
remember, like, listening in real time.
Yeah,
Like,
oh, shit, this
oh, wait,
nigga
is it
snaps.
Future? So
Yeah.
what the hell you mean it's not Future?
Exactly.
But
Look what happened to Designer. Sorry, bro.
They were calling him the next one from New York.
Bro, I
like,
remember
chill
that
out.
shit.
Yeah.
Bro. I remember
They
that.
gotta
I
chill.
remember all the memes
Yeah.
too. They were calling him. They were calling Designer Trunks. Like he came from the future. Yeah. Shit like that. I was dying.
funny,
Yeah.
that's funny.
That was for the future. Yo, he's Future's son.
That's fucking.
That
jokes.
came back. Yo, I was like, come
jokes.
on.
And I'm like,
man.
yo, you can see the guy has talent. He does
Yeah.
have a talent. You know what I mean? And just like,
I will
if
never.
it can get refined and just angled differently, then there's a chance. But
I'll never forget when that Timmy Turner dropped.
That
yo.
shit was crazy,
And everybody
yeah.
thought this is it,
bro,
Yeah.
and I'm
This is
like,
what we were talking
yeah,
about.
that's I.
Everyone was like, "Yo,
And
this is what we're fucking talking about.
Bro.
Designer's the realest." Fuck
and that
Future.
fucking Mike Dean had it so. For me, it was too overproduced.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna come out and be in that same.
The
vibe.
original one
The
was
fucking-
nasty.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, yo, if this goes live, this shit is going dumb.
That
bro,
would have went
bro.
dumb. I
And
agree.
I'm like,
I
it's
would've
going-
snapped.
Yeah, oh god. And then it came out, and I think it came out too late too.
Yeah.
I remember there's a time
Yeah.
period. It's like, yo, drop this now.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
it was like weeks after. And then
I think it was
like,
even longer than a week.
Maybe,
Yeah. And it was just underwhelming.
And
Yeah.
It was underwhelming,
Yeah.
overproduced.
overproduced. It
And
was
I
too-
get it. You're trying to make it more grand and whatnot, but it was just
Nah,
like,
bro.
all it needed was that little,
Yeah.
little
If you
snap.
just did that,
Yeah.
and imagine how different that would have been in a time
Exactly.
where everything was, and still, because trap's been the vibe
Yeah.
for like a while now,
Yeah.
and like, imagine him coming out complete out of left with a song not trap, just a cappella with
Yeah.
maybe let's say a snap and like a drum or some
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
And then like that hard ass simple, the storyline of Timmy Turner,
Yeah,
I'm
man.
like, oh, that would have been
That shit was fucking.
yeah, man. A man should
so
do that
much
now.
potential.
Somebody's got to do that. Go make a cover for 2020.
Yeah.
Shit.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
Make it mad dark and just like,
Yeah, like that was amazing. I remember when that happened, I was like, "Fuck me."
Like a folk song, like
like a folk, almost
like a
folk
slave
trap
song,
beat.
you know,
that's what I was feeling.
Yeah,
I was
like,
yo,
that's what it
this
felt
is
like.
Yeah.
This is like a slave song.
Yeah.
And
in the
I'm like,
in the best.
But
sense,
that's how
yeah.
they should have produced it.
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
It's like something that they would have been singing on their
Yeah.
way to the underground
Yeah,
world or
yeah,
something
yeah.
like that. You know what I mean? Or like on the boats heading over.
If
you
he
know
did
what I
like
mean?
a hood video where they're trying to like,
Crazy.
escape the
and
hood
They're trying to
or
escape
something. Yeah.
Yo, turn this off.
Yo, Zach,
They don't need this.
Yo, Zach, censor all of this.
No.
Yeah.
That's gonna steal it right here.
It's like, yo, imagine, and then we just, yeah.
They're just trying to get out the hood. You know what I mean? That shit would have been wild, though.
yo, that would have been animal. And he would have had 2 under his belt, and man, they'd be like, okay.
And then
What's
all he
going-
had to do is continue with that
Yeah,
shit for a
yeah,
little
yeah,
while.
you know?
You know what I mean? And he would have been fine.
He might have been able to even find his own, like his own
Exactly.
niche.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think he fucked up and his people fucked
Yeah,
up. Like
yeah,
his team
yeah,
fucked up.
yeah.
especially
Yeah,
with that whole thing.
Took
Yeah.
a fat L.
Man, that shit was hard.
Man, yeah, just because even just thinking about, because that was a memory,
I
man.
remember- I would
When
never
seen the
forget
freestyle,
that,
I was
yo.
like, yo, what the fuck
And I was
Yeah.
heavy.
this guy doing, bro?
And I was cheesed because I was heavy into my Future those days. So I was like, Future's my guy. Like, I tell people like, yo, Future's like my uncle. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to music shit, I'm like, yeah, he's
Yeah.
my uncle. You know,
Yeah.
he's that cool uncle.
Yeah.
But like when that Timmy Turner shit, I was like, damn,
Shit, is this the end of Future right here?
like, maybe this nigga is Trump.
Shit, yeah.
Yo, man,
this is
such a
crazy.
good vibe. Sucks. Sucks.
Shouts out designer.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
for
I
real.
hope everything's good, bro.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll come back.
He's been trying,
He's been trying.
but
Oh man, he did say.
It's an evil world we live in.
that's Future.
Yo, you guys are on, bro. That's fucking you
lit,
guys
dude.
are so on. Like it's scary, bro. Shit, forgot what I was gonna say. Man.
Yeah, I was asking you. What you
That
gonna
was
say?
good, man.
Man, that's wild, yo.
Man.
But hey,
That's it, guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, stick with it. Do some real shit.
yeah, just
Yeah.
do some
Do
real shit.
you. Find you and do that.
In any field. Again, we were talking about glass blowing earlier, but it's just like whatever you're doing, don't do. Just do what you got to do. Be
Yeah, just
yourself.
take some risks.
Be yourself.
Take some risks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just go into the studio and just start yelling or something and see what
just
comes
do
out of
it,
it.
you
You
know?
know?
Something
Yeah.
different. Just,
Yeah.
just fucking
Fuck
try
it.
something
6ix9ine
new.
came through.
Yeah.
And he was just
man's
yelling.
appreciated.
Yeah.
Even Future doing his thing in his infancy and building on that. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly. And he's
Mi-
always coming with
look
weird
at
new flows.
Migos, the baby, all these guys. It's just like they're just sticking with their thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's,
Just do them.
that's paving the lane.
And that's why they're so successful. Because the people are like, that's the Migos.
Yeah.
I hear the baby on the beat. I'm like, that's definitely the baby.
Yeah.
Because he started rapping immediately.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I haven't even heard the full thing. Like I haven't even been able to process the beat yet. You know what I mean? But he's already in it. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
facts, dude.
so it's just like whatever. Just do your thing. Because that's what people are gonna love, yo.
And if somebody else is doing it, then you don't need to do it.
Let
you know?
them hold that.
Yeah.
For real,
Yeah.
for real. Let them
Yeah,
hold
don't do
it
what
down.
other people are doing. Do what you want to do. Do your own thing.
Yeah, there's
For
subtle
sure.
shades. Like you're gonna sound similar to people and shit, but of
course.
there's always gonna be
Yeah.
an opportunity for you to like distinguish yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
Especially as time. Think about how long you could have a career where you could have 4, 5, 6 albums, 30 songs, 40 songs to really define like who you are as a
Yeah.
person and stuff. You know, like
Yeah.
that's so much time and space. You know that you're given to like really. But people, yeah, I guess that's the problem. People only think about a one song or a one album. You know.
Yeah.
And then they let that define them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, no, man. Honestly, I just want to be defined by like fucking free range of creativity.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like
Yeah.
I want to make whatever the hell I want to make, whenever the hell I want to make it,
And I encourage other people to do that too, you know? Like people, especially people who have the bags, like go do that. Because
Yo.
if I had money, I'd be doing anything and
bruh.
everything, bro. Like, yeah,
Anything. Step out of the music. Step out of the film. Step out of the painting. Step out of the drawing. Do something else too. You
yeah.
know. Step into another world. You could you learn that, and then you can still apply it to what you're already
Exactly.
good
I
at.
can't
you know?
wait, bro. I can't wait to get the bag.
Yeah, man. And that's also you see that positivity right there, that attitude. He can't wait to get the bag
Yo.
Yeah.
because it's gonna come.
Man's gotta put.
You gotta say
keep
it.
pushing it in a certain direction.
Yeah,
man.
you
Like,
just gotta say it too, yo.
you know.
It's about. Obviously, we're all always chasing the bag, but we're also happy with where we are right now. Too.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah,
man.
that's
Yeah.
the thing too.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
you can't just expect the money to.
Oh fuck.
Let's keep recording.
Yeah.
The light just shut off.
Yeah,
It's super dark though.
we're about to wrap it up anyways.
We're about to wrap it up anyways,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I was gonna say one last thing, but now I can't remember because the fucking light, the light of my life is gone.
Hello.
Well, fuck it.
Dude, we were recording way longer than I thought we were.
Yeah, yo, I thought we were gonna wrap this up earlier.
Yeah.
but it's all good. We picked up on the topics towards the end.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kanye.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, Kanye.
You helped us pick it up there.
Jesus
Thank-
is king.
Yeah.
Wow.
And a carpenter.
The Lord is my shepherd.
Yeah.
Truly. Thank you. We are all grateful. All right, you know, this wild
Hit the
shit.
button.
This one.
I don't know. When we're using that one. Harry Potter.
We're gonna have to explain that one later.
Nah, I don't think we ever have to.
Nah, fuck it.
You know what? Never mind.
If you know, you know. If
Yeah,
you
exactly.
don't,
No,
figure it out.
you know.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, it's been Lost in Talks podcast, episode 7. Thank you.
Episode 7.
Yes.
Thank you. Oh, sorry. Before we go, thank you for sticking with us through the technical difficulties as well.
Yeah.
In this episode and all the episodes that we've had.
We felt lost without Zach on this one.
Yeah, we felt a little lost without Zach. So shouts out Zach. We appreciate Zach a little bit more now. And yeah, again, we were going through fucking mic issues and the lights just went off. So
Yeah, maybe use it. Yeah, think about the people in your life and those little things that they do for you. You know.
exactly.
Yeah.
Wow, there's a lot of lessons you can learn.
Yeah.
I hope you guys took a lot from today.
Yeah.
I sure did. Thank you.
Yeah.
Cheers.
This is the Lost in Talks podcast, the most lit podcast in the cosmos.